KSOM 96.5 welcomes you to another presentation of KSOM Sports with live coverage from play-by-play broadcasters Zach Collins and color commentary from Austin West and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. This is the home of your team, right here on KSOM.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live from Griswold High School in Griswold, Iowa for tonight's Corner Conference girls basketball matchup featuring the visiting team on the scoreboard, the 5-6 Essex Trojans, who are coached by Logan Sampers, and the home team, the 3-8 Griswold Tigers, who are coached by Ryan Lockwood. Welcome to this basketball matchup between the Griswold Tigers and the Essex Trojans. I'm Zach Collins as we're just about 20 minutes away from the opening tip-off, and now we start our KSOM basketball pregame show on KSOM 96.5 FM and video streaming live on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishnet. Kind of looking into this, the Griswold Tigers, they had a rude awakening coming out of the break. They've had two straight losses to Fremont Mills and Lennox. They lost 53-21 in that game against Fremont Mills and 56-27 in that game against Lennox. So kind of back-to-back games where they've seen the same outcome. Stagnant offense, lots of turnovers. Really, when I talked to head coach Ryan Lockwood, he kind of wanted to see a transition this week and really hasn't had that transition just yet. Kind of they went into the break with a lot of turnovers, coming to this week with a lot of turnovers once again. This is kind of the game that he wants to see a big turnaround for this Tigers team. We'd like to remind you that the KSOM Basketball pregame show is brought to you by the Seed Pros, Brocker Carnes & Carnes, Cass Health, Riggs Ag Services, Anita Supply Center, Hummel Insurance, Rancho Grande, Second Street Auto, Stein Seed, Principal Financial Group, Ziegler, Iowa Western Community College, Outfitters Plus Outlet Store, Service Master by Rice, Griswold Communications, and Newman Body Shop. And once again, you're listening to the KSOM Basketball pregame show on 96.5 KSOM and video streaming live on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishnet. Be sure to stay tuned to the KSOM Basketball pregame show, as up next I'll be talking with Griswold head coach Ryan Lockwood in our coaches show, and we'll be taking a look at both Griswold and Essex, discuss the starting lineups, and get you right into this game. Stay tuned, you're listening and watching the home of your team right here on 96.5 KSOM.
Make sure you're getting the best coverage for you at the most competitive rate. Hi, this is Nick Carnes with Brocker Carnes & Carnes. We are an independent insurance agency that offers coverage for your home, auto, life, farm, and everything in between. But mostly we are here to help. As an independent agency, we can shop around for the best rates and coverages from multiple companies. Stop by one of our offices or go to brockercarnes.com for a quote on your insurance. Let Brocker Carnes & Carnes help you get the best coverage at a competitive rate.
When your home or business has been affected by water, fire, smoke, or mold, and you don't know what to do next, we do. From one room to multiple levels, we can do it all while working with you and your insurance company. Service Master by Rice is your local experts for residential and commercial restoration, offering emergency services 24/7, 365. To set up services, call 712-243-5373 with phones answered 24/7. Service Master by Rice serves all of Western Iowa.
If authentic Mexican food is what you're craving, then come on into Rancho Grande in Atlantic. We're more than just tacos and margaritas, but we do make the best of both. We have appetizers, beef, chicken, seafood dishes, and desserts. Mixed drinks, wine, imported and domestic beers are on the menu too. Dine in or relax on the patio with family, friends, date night, or a quick stop before or after the game. Open 7 days a week. You'll be able to fill in your cravings of authentic Mexican food at Rancho Grande in Atlantic.
For information on all the services Newman offers, give them a call at 712-778-4428 or stop by Newman Body Shop on Tucson Road in Lyman. Newman Body Shop is a proud supporter of Griswold Tigers sports.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com, you're listening to KSOM Sports.
And we welcome you into our Outfitters Plus Outlet Store Coaches Show, your personalized sports apparel, right in Atlantic. I'm joined alongside by Ryan Lockwood, the Griswold girls basketball head coach. Coach, how are you doing here today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great, and just kind of instead of talking about last night's game, let's talk about the game on Tuesday against Fremont Mills, where you guys lost in that competition, but just kind of break down that for me overall.
we took care of the ball pretty well. We turned it over too many times, and a lot of that was just in trying to force things. When we ran our half-court offense, we ran it and took care of the ball. We just didn't look to shoot often enough. That's all gonna keep working itself out. We're continuing to work on that. But really just a lack of possessions for some turnovers and stuff.
And at the same time, too, I mean, Amanda Hauser, Abby Goinghorst just continue to go through games this season to continue to lead your team overall in scoring. I mean, how do you kind of look for them to make an impact throughout the rest of this week?
Yeah, they're doing a good job. Like last night, they did a good job. The outside shot was hitting okay, but not consistent. So they really did a good job of having a conscious effort to, pull that 3-point shot and take a couple attack dribbles and hit that mid-range shot. And that's, they've been working really hard. They'll stay after, as do a lot of the girls, stay after and get some extra shots up. We've been concentrating on, where our shots are and shoot them in rhythm. And, they continue to be that person looking for a shot and as does the rest of the team. We're getting a lot of good shots up. We had a lot of good-looking shot attempts, from Carly Milliken down low. Addison Adams had a lot of good looks, just, rattling out, just a little bit off, maybe a little bit rushed on a few of those shots against a good rotational defensive team that is Fremont Mills, and just kind of sped us up a little bit on our shots and made it a little tougher to hit that mark we wanted to.
And at the same time, too, kind of what did that loss teach your girls really going throughout the rest of this week? Because you have back-to-back games on Thursday and both Friday. So you kind of just got today to kind of prepare for those two. Kind of what did that teach them coming into today?
Well, I think they really noticed that, even with the 31 turnovers that we ended up posting last night, which is obviously way too many, and we've had a turnover issue this season, even with that, a team in Fremont Mills that's averaging over 60 points a game, we were able to hold to 53. I believe we gave up 24 points off of turnovers, and you look at that, we cleaned that aspect up. Our defense is getting to the point where it's where we like it, and we can still keep pushing with that, but our defense is there to do the job for us. We just need to make those right decisions, make the passes that are there, not try and force the pass, and then we start knocking down a few shots, and then all of a sudden, those run outs, those transition points, those points off turnovers, that starts cleaning up. That's more opportunities for us to score and less for them to score. And now that evens out, that's a lot where our deficit is. So I think they really saw that. We rebounded the ball pretty well. Last night played really good defense. We held them to a lot lower shooting percentage than what they have had on the season. I thought our defense was really good.
And even looking at it, too, you've got the back-to-back games, as I mentioned, against Lennox, and then you have Essex. We're going to kind of focus on Essex because it's a team that you lost to by just 5 last year. And really, I mean, you've kind of won and lost against some of the same opponents throughout the season. Stat-wise, you kind of match up overall. How do you prepare for a good Essex team?
Yeah, they're really aggressive. They fly to the ball. They play an aggressive zone defense, and it's fun to play against them because they're always scrappy. They're always going. We've had a tendency. I think last year we got sped up a little too much in their full court pressure, and we kind of gave up some unforced turnovers last year. I think we're a lot more confident with the ball this year, especially against a press. We didn't do a bad job against Fremont Mills press last night. We haven't seen a lot of adversity from full court presses. So I think that little bit of, swagger, if you will, in the full court pressure is really going to help us to, eliminate some of those unnecessary turnovers, which again gives us those opportunities where I think, in the half court, I think it'll be a fun matchup against them.
And who are even maybe a few players that you look to step up here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, obviously everyone's got to play their role. Riley Harrison got a lot of minutes last night and really showed that she can really settle in. She played a lot of good defense, had a steal or two, had some good rebounds, played solid defensively, maybe a few quick shots early, but then she settled in, attacked the basket a little bit more and then made that extra pass. And so I was really happy with that. Her size and physical ability is going to help us a lot. Her toughness and all that down the block, guarding those bigs and rebounding is going to be another help. Give Carly a little bit of breathers there, and then we've just got between Carson Adams and rotation Carson Adams and Sadie Golenhorst, in there rotating around with Abby Golenhorst and Amanda Hauser and Addison Adams. It's Josie Milliken. We just got girls that can go for a lot of minutes if they need to. We can also rotate in and not lose our defensive prowess. And as we're getting more and more comfortable in our ball movement and our shot selections, I think that offense is going to continue to start to rise up where it needed to be.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for your time here on Outfitters Plus Outlet Store Coaches Show. Good luck here in this competition tonight. Should be a fun one.
Sounds good. I appreciate it, Zach.
And that was Griswold girls head basketball coach Ryan Lockwood on our Outfitters Plus Outlet Store Coaches Show. Your home for personalized sports apparel right in Atlantic. We're going to take a quick break right here on our KSOM pregame show and get right back into the action with the starting lineups and the tip-off following shortly after. We'll see you right back here on 96.5 KSOM in just a few moments.
Thinking about what you want to do in retirement can be fun, and planning for it doesn't have to be difficult. According to Money Guide Incorporated, only 3 out of 10 Americans have a financial plan, and 1/3 report they have no retirement savings. Financial planning is not just all about assets, investments, and net worth. It's about identifying your financial goals. Hi, I'm Erin Friend, a certified financial planner and registered investment advisor. We help you create a customized financial plan based on your expectations, financial situation, and goals. Please contact Mark Smith or me at 243-2466.
Member SIP.
With things winding down for the year, it's time to stock up on genuine AGCO parts and service at Ziegler Ag Equipment. Get OEM, rigorously tested, genuine AGCO parts made with superior quality materials in stock whenever you need them. Don't delay. Get your machines serviced now and hit the ground running in 2024. Stop by your local Ziegler Ag Equipment today to learn more.
Are new gadgets in your household searching for better Wi-Fi coverage? Griswold Communications has you covered. No need to maintain a wireless router or Wi-Fi extender yourself when they will do it for a low monthly fee. They set it up, secure it, and maintain your wireless router. And Wi-Fi extenders can boost your signal in those hard-to-reach areas. Call Griswold Communications for more details. 712-778-2121.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And welcome back here live to Griswold High School for this evening's Corner Conference basketball matchup featuring the Griswold Tigers and the Essex Trojans. I'm Zach Collins as we continue here on our KSOM basketball pregame show. Kind of looking into this Griswold team, the Tigers have seen kind of an offensive improvement already early this season, but really need to get better in that turnover game, something that I kind of mentioned a little bit before the coaches show. Really just need to protect the basketball better on the hardwood. They had 28 turnovers in their last game against Fremont Mills, and against Lennox they had 20-plus turnovers. I believe it was a 22 turnover ratio, so kind of a big deal here with the turnover game. If they can clean it up on turnovers, really the defense can hold here for Griswold, and the offensive momentum has already started to pick up this season, especially with both Carly Milliken and Addison Adams. They've already started to look better after the break, especially on the offensive end. Their defense had already been pretty good so far this season, but their offense really needed to start picking up, and finally we're seeing that offensive end start picking up for Addison Adams, and Milliken kind of joining with her in that last game against Lennox just a little bit there. Really, if they can keep up that average and keep up the defensive pressure, things will start going the Tigers' way. Their defense has really been one of the better defenses we've seen in the last few years of Tiger basketball, where they really just need to improve is their court awareness and at the same time that ball control. The thing about court awareness is when you watch this Griswold team, the ball handling skills is about 50% sometimes. You see where it's, they're going down the floor, it's a quick break, it's a fast break, it's a good turnover by this Tigers team, yet they're coming down the floor, they're looking down at the basketball, not aware what's happening in front of them. And that just gives your court vision completely nothing. You might as well just go on with a blindfold to look down at that basketball. But this Tigers team, they can handle the ball well. They just got to be more confident in themselves and at the same time have that court vision, have that court awareness, and that's just going to take care of itself. But looking on the opposite side, the Trojans, they're led by two good scorers. They got Brooke and Tori Burns with 15.8 and 10.3 points respectively per game. Really, Brooke Burns has been a phenomenal player. She is going to be starting here tonight. We'll get into the starting lineups in just a few moments, but Burns, a 5'5" senior guard, averaging around 6.4 rebounds per game to add on to that 15.8 points per game ratio. She also has 2.7 steals per game this season, so a very good defensive player to say the least of Burns. And looking at her as well, takes most of the shots here for this Trojans team. She's 65 of 179 already this season. And from the two, she's 49 of 123, shooting around 39.8%, and 16 of 56 from the three-point line, around 28.6%. So a very good player, but at the same time, a player who's probably not going to have the best field goal percentage on the team because she's taken most of the shots. But even looking right behind her, Tori Burns on the opposite end, the 5'7" senior forward, 10.3 points per game, 9.4 rebounds per game. She's a player who averages just about a double-double every game, just kind of short of that mark right now. Just 36 of 120 this season, 30% from the field. Shoots quite a bit of threes. Really, it's a two-point game that's her favor. She's 26 of 69 from the two-point range, 10 of 51 from three, just at 19.6% from that three-point mark. On the opposite end for the Griswold Tigers, who are coached by Ryan Lockwood, assisted by Aaron Hauser. They're led by number 4, Abby Goinghorst in scoring. She averaged around 7.3 points per game, 2.9 rebounds per game. And quite a few players in this Griswold team average around 7 points a game. Addison Adams joining right behind her with 7.1, and Amanda Hauser around 7.1 as well. Hauser kind of the more impactful player in my opinion. She's 21 of 114 this season from the two, just 18.4% on offense, but her defense is what I think makes up for the missed shots on the offensive end for Hauser. And at the same time, you got to realize she's a freshman this season and a starting role here for Griswold. As we'll get into some of these starting lineups here. We'll start with the visiting team, the Essex Trojans, who are coached by Logan Sampers. They're going to be starting here tonight. Number 2, Cindy Swain. She's a 5'6" senior guard, average around 4.9 points per game. Mariska Kerhert, she's 5'7" sophomore guard, just around 2 points per game. She makes up for it in her rebounds with about 7.3 rebounds per game. Number 5, Brooke Burns, as I mentioned before. Number 10, Kylie Valdez, a 5'4" sophomore guard, just around 4 rebounds per game, just around 2.2 points. Really kind of relies on the Burns sisters to kind of get things done here, as well as Tori Burns, 10.3 points per game, as I mentioned before. On the opposite end here for the Griswold Tigers, starting tonight, it'll be number 1, Addison Adams. Averages around 7.1 points per game, 3.6 rebounds per game, just shooting 24.5% from the field, but really has improved in that statistic since the break. Number 4, Abby Golinghorst, who we mentioned before, is the leading scorer here for the Tigers, the 5'2" junior guard. She also averages around 1.2 steals per game. She's the only Tiger really to kind of consistently do that. There's a couple that have 1.6, 1.2 with her, but don't consistently do it as she does every single night. Number 20, Josie Milliken's also starting here tonight, the 5'9" sophomore forward. And number 32, Carly Milliken, the 5'9" senior forward, averages around 4.2 points and 8.9 rebounds per game this season. We'd like to thank you for tuning in here to our KSOM pregame show, as it looks like we're going to get into things here at Griswold High School, as they're going to be announcing some of these starting lineups here for both ends. We already kind of got you a little bit of a sneak peek here, just a little bit, so you're welcome if you wanted a little bit of a sneak peek. If you're listening here and you're live at Griswold and you got your radio earbuds in, then man, you're doing it old school, and I like it that way. But at the same time, kind of looking at both of these teams too, one thing to kind of mention is points per game. Griswold just 32.9 points per game this season. On the opposite end, Essex just 36 points per game even. So when you look at that statistic in itself, you can tell these teams are kind of evenly matched. I mean, Griswold, Griswold does lead the series over Essex 8-7 overall. The last meeting was an Essex win, 33-28. Essex has actually won the last 4 straight games against the Tigers, and the Tigers had previously won the last 8 straight games before Essex won those last 4. So could be a tiebreaker here. We could see maybe even Essex just continue to make it to that 8 mark, and maybe the 8's the magic number. Who even knows how things are going to go in that retrospect as well. My Collins call here tonight, as I do predict kind of the final scores of these competitions. I've got Essex 39, Griswold 31. I think that Essex overall has kind of the better offensive momentum on their end. Griswold, I think, has the better defensive side of the floor, though. So we'll kind of see if offense wins or defense wins. It's kind of the big matchup that a lot of people like to see, kind of what happens at the end of the night. Really, I think that defense wins games, but at the same time, I think that Essex has a better offense to go past that defense of the Griswold Tigers here tonight. And with kind of a little bit of inexperience for this Griswold team, I think that Essex favors just a little bit better in that retrospect. So you kind of never know how things are going to match up in that side of the floor, as it looks like they're going to be getting things started here for the national anthem, which will play live for you on 96.5 KSOM as they dim out the lights here at Griswold High School. And continue to lower the flag here as we await for the national anthem here at Griswold High School.
Thank you. Now, our national anthem is sung by Griswold senior Grant Rogers. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets raked there, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And that was your national anthem sung live here at Griswold High School. Always great to hear a nicely sung national anthem to start off a high school basketball game. As we're going to pause for 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to 96.5 KSOM.
Playing your kind of country. 96.5 KSOM, Audubon, Atlantic, Red Oak, Harlan.
And we welcome you back in here to Griswold High School as the pregame show just ended. Things are about to get underway here. Griswold is in their home white uniforms tonight. Looks to be a little bit of black trim and dark blue lettering here for the Griswold Tigers. On the opposite end, we've got the Essex Trojans. They're in black uniforms, almost camo stripes on the outside. Kind of a neat-looking uniform, to say the least, with white trim and red lettering. As things are underway here, Essex is going to start off from going left to right as they win the opening tip-off. Griswold will have the possession arrow in their favor as the Tigers and the Trojanettes are back in here in action. Ball contained now at the right wing, thrown up top of the key, swung on over to the far side. Kicked into the far corner to Swain. Kicked up back to Kirchert. Contained by Burns. Lobbed on over back to Swain. Trying to go on the interior and a takeaway here as Addison Adams is able to pick up that basketball. She comes down the floor with speed. Has an open lane on the left side. Now gets double teamed down low. Pivot foot outside. Hauser from downtown. That's no good off the back of the rim. And a foul is going to be called here on the Griswold Tigers. An early one to say the least. 7:24 left to go here in the first quarter. Foul is going to be called on number 5, Amanda Hauser. That'll be her first and the team's first here the first quarter. Griswold offering up kind of about a 3-2 press, almost like a 2-1-2 if you want to say the least, as they get another takeaway here. Nice job there by Carly Milliken to get a hand in as Josie Milliken brings the ball down the floor to the right wing. Makes a handoff over to Gollinghorst. Bounce pass goes to Hauser. Kick to Adams from downtown. That one's off the mark. Touchdown low. Rebound is out of bounds as that's going to be the last touch by a Tiger. Still no score here in the first quarter. Nothing. 7:01 left to go. As we're now just a minute in. Swain at the top of the key. Scans the interior. Looks over to Kirchert. Throws on inside to Tori Burns. She loses control for a second. Then picked up by Kirchert. Swung on out to Swain. Kicks on over to Burns. Drives on in. Lobs this one up. That's no good. Valdez underneath the hoop gets it. Kick over to Kirchert. That one finally falls through. Good ball movement and a couple good possessions overall by Essex to kind of finally see something happen as they get a takeaway here by Swain. Kick on the inside, a throw up as that one goes out of bounds. That one was, to say the least, lobbed over the basket and went out of bounds by Kylie Valdez. Try to kind of do the same play she did there early to get her first points of the competition, but didn't work out that way. Josie Milliken gets on over to Carly Milliken. Last touch out of bounds. It'll still be Griswold basketball as those last touch by Brooke Burns of the Trojans with 6:22 left to go. Addison Adams now with a kick on the far side over to Josie Milliken. Lobs this one up high to Carly Milliken. Top of the key. Drives on over. Kicks it on over to Hauser. Bounce pass goes to Josie Milliken. Tries driving on that far side of the floor. Kind of almost a bit of a double team as Going Horse goes from downtown. That one's off the mark. As that one just airballs, just missing the front of the rim. Tori Burns now coming down the floor with speed. Throws that on over to Swain. Kick on over to Kirchert. Brings it on over to Brooke Burns. Well, to make sure to identify Brooke Burns and Tori Burns here tonight. This one a lob on over to the cross the floor. Pardon me, to Valdez. Kirchert looks inside and a foul is going to be called on the Tigers. It'll go on number 20, Josie Milliken. That'll be her first and the team's second here for the Tigers early in this competition. 5:39 left to go. It's a 2-0 lead for the Trojans on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Reminding that the scoreboard this season is always brought to you by the Seed Pros. By your side from the word go. This one a downtown three-pointer. That one just bricks out the back of the iron. Rebound almost by Valdez, but she's not able to get there. Swain was able to try to get an attempt and a foul in the shot. Is going to go on Addison Adams. Tori Burns will go to the line for a pair. That'll be Adams' first and the team's third foul already here in this first quarter. As we'll see the 5'7" senior go to the charity stripe. Shooting 31 of 54 this season. She's taken the most free throws overall for the Trojans as she misses the first. Two substitutions checking in here for the Tigers. Number 15, Madison Rush, and number 25, Riley Harrison. Harrison, not too much action so far this season. We've seen a little bit more out of Madison Rush as that one just is going to fall out of bounds here. It was 0 of 2 at the line now for Tori Burns. So Griswold catching a bit of a break with 5:30 left to go in the first quarter. Inbound goes over to Carly Milliken. She gets double teamed. A little bit of a press offered up as Josie Milliken tries to grab that one there. Going Horse just kind of whipping that one down the floor. And it's now contained by Carly Milliken on the far side. Kicks on top of the key to Golinghorst. Tigers are going from right to left. Swings it on to the near side of Madison Rush. She goes from downtown. That's just off the mark. Rebound wasn't being able to hold on in as Brooke Burns touches that one out of bounds. Almost a volleyball spike with her left hand on the far side with 5:08 left to go. Josie Milliken to inbound on the near baseline. Throws on out. Golinghorst in the far corner downtown. That one's off the mark. Rebound put back. Doesn't fall through for the Tigers. Riley Harrison not able to get that one to fall through. But Golinghorst finally gets the first points here for the Tigers underneath the basket after a pretty good rebound underneath. Tori Burns with a swing on over to Valdez. Looks like she traveled, and there it's called. She did. Tigers will bring back in Amanda Hauser and Addison Adams. They'll check in for Golinghorst as well as Milliken. Josie Milliken at that. 4:47 left. It's 2-2 on that Seed Pro scoreboard. We got a tie contest here. Pretty much a defensive game so far and just quite a few missed shots early for both of these teams. Tigers throwing over to Rush in the far corner, slinging it to Hauser. She's now on the front court far side. Looks on, this one at the 10-foot marker, swings that one out, or attempt to swing it out, pulled in by Adams. Now almost a takeaway as they're fighting for the basketball. It's just continuing to change possessions as it's going to finally call the jump ball. Wasn't sure if that was actually held in long enough to be called a jump ball, but regardless, I saw two hands on it, so we're going to take it. Griswold will take it too. Hauser the basketball, 13 seconds on the shot clock, 4:23 left to go, and a travel by Hauser. Front court left side, just with that travel a little bit, just kind of hesitated. And when you hesitate, likely you're going to travel. That's just kind of the name of the game here for basketball. Swain drives in, gets touch away. Thought it was almost a clean block, and so did Carly Milliken, but probably got a hand on it down there as that'll be her first foul. Griswold's fourth foul already here in the first quarter. As we'll see Sydney Swain head to the charity stripe, 11-20 on the season as she knocks that first one in. Finally gets a lead back here for Essex with just 4:19 left to go. 3-2 on that Seed Pro scoreboard with a Trojan lead. Swain looks up for the second. Kind of a laser free throw as this one's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Marissa Kirchert. As the Tigers will take this one inbounds. Carly Milliken to the baseline. 3-1-1 press offered up here for the Trojans. This one's going to be the last touch and goes out of bounds as it rolls down the floor. Addison Adams just trying to go down the floor with it for the Tigers. As we'll see Abby Gollinghorst return to the hardwood here for Addison Adams. Gollinghorst so far has kind of maintained a little bit of the control of the floor. She got the only 2 points here for the Tigers so far. She's contained now on the right wing with the basketball. Tries kicking on the far corner to Harrison after its last touch out of bounds. It's going to be called by the far official, as the baseline official didn't see who last touched that one go out. With 4:07 left to go here in the first. Still 3-2 on that Seed Pro scoreboard. Tigers piling it up on the far block as they spread out here. Kind of a play you see a lot in the high school game. As Hauser picks this one up, tries to look on the interior. That one gets rolled around by 4 or 5 hands as it finally goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Trojans with 4 minutes even left to go in the first. Carly Milliken to inbound underneath the basket for the Tigers. Looks on over to Madison Rush in the far corner. Kicks to Gollinghorst, tap of the key, dribbles with the right hand, jump stop. This one's an easy shot, but can't fall through. Burns able to haul on the rebound. Brooke Burns continuing down the floor with speed, halts up a little bit as she now receives a screen. Drives down left hand, that's off the mark. This is a bit too strong as Carly Milliken hauls in that board. Milliken's going to take it for herself. Something that we not typically have seen out of the senior is that the foul's finally going to be called on Cindy Swain, a reach around. That'll be the Trojans' first foul call of the game here. First foul for Swain, as we'll see number 20, Josie Milliken, check back in here for the Tigers, as well as number 1, Addison Adams. Reminding you that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Brocker Cards & Cards, your trusted insurance since 1894. Adams tries looking in the interior on the near side block as it's going to be a foul call. This Carly Milliken got that one, but was trying to fight to even move down on the floor. Foul's going to be called on number 31, Tori Burns. That'll be her first and the team's second. So finally seeing a little bit more foul calls here for the Trojans just a little bit. As Josie Milliken inbounds from the far baseline, Addison Adams throws it on over to Hauser. This one off the back of the iron. A rebound hauled in by Gollinghorst. Swings it around to Hauser once again. Bounce pass down low in the low block. Now underneath the basket is Milliken. Kicks out Gollinghorst. That's no good. And a rebound hauled in by Burns. Tori Burns receives a screen, and a nice screen there by Kirchert. Kicks on over to the far side. This could be a blocking foul by the Tigers. Could have also been a little bit of a shove on the far side. Be number 4, Abby Gollinghorst. That'll be her first foul, the team's 5th. So regardless of if it were a shooting foul or not, as I'd lose how to speak for a little bit there for a second, Brooke Burns will go to the charity stripe, shooting 20-39 on the season as she can't make that first one fall through. Tigers going to bring back in Carson Adams here, the 5'2" freshman guard, sister of Addison Adams. Burns goes for the second. Can't knock that one down either. Still 3-2 on that Seed Pro scoreboard. 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Hauser in between the circles. Kicks on over. Addison Adams from downtown. That one just rolls around, and that one can't fall through. Carly Milliken gets a rebound. Tries for the putback. That's no good as Kircher gets the basketball to go down the floor here. Now contained by Brooke Burns, far side. Tries transitioning. This one, Tori Burns from downtown. A foul is going to be called on Addison Adams. A late whistle at that. And so Tori Burns go down to the floor. She'll have 3 at the charity stripe now. That's Adams' second foul. Tigers already over the respective 5 fouls. As Tori Burns makes in the first. Now 1 of 3 on the night. Looks to go 2 of 2 here. Kind of make up a little bit, at least put her at 50% of the night, and can't knock that one down. But she gets one more. As we'll see Abby Gollinghorst check in. Well, maybe she can go 2 of 3. We'll see how things kind of work out here. There's a 4-2 lead on that Seed Pro scoreboard for the Trojans. Goes 1 of 3 as Gollinghorst is able to haul on the rebound. Goes down the floor with a little bit of speed as she crosses the timeline. Kick on the far side to Carson Adams. Looks on the interior to Carly Milliken. Bounce pass back to Carson Adams. Looks on over to Carly Milliken once again. This one from downtown. Josie Milliken's no good. Hauser getting the rebound put back and gets fouled. Foul is going to be called on number 2, Cindy Swain. That'll be her second. And Essex third foul here. As Hauser will go to the charity stripe. Just 2 of 7 on the season. 28.6% from that free throw mark. as this first one doesn't fall through. Still 4-2 lead on that Seed Pro scoreboard. As Kylie Valdez will check in here for Essex. Coming out is number 2, Cindy Swain. Hauser looks for the second. That one's off the mark on the free throw attempt and doesn't touch rim, so it'll go automatically on over to Essex. As we'll see Griswold take a 30-second timeout. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout with them. Currently 4-2 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Essex with the lead. We'll be right back in 30.
What's it mean to be in good hands? It means you get an expert agent who's in it for the long haul. We'll get to know you and be there for you as your coverage needs change. I'm Craig Hummel at Hummel Insurance Services, and we work with Allstate Insurance. Let us help you choose the right amount of protection to meet your needs, and see for yourself what it means to be in good hands. Call Hummel Insurance Services at 800-482-6426 or stop in anytime.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And we welcome you back into basketball action as they're underway here. This one, a three-point attempt, is off the mark by Brooke Burns here for Essex, and a rebound hauled in by Carly Milliken of the Griswold Tigers. If you're just joining us here, I'm Zach Collins here tonight for a solo broadcast. Bill Saluk on over to the side of me doing all the camera controls and doing a wonderful job at that. So thank him for coming out here tonight. Austin West is out due to a little bit of an illness here, so we hope that he gets better and has an extended weekend to be able to do so. So hopefully he can get better as Essex tries with a lob pass down the floor. Doesn't go in their favor as Hauser's able to get the turnover and tries driving down the floor here for the Tigers. They're getting a takeaway. Here's Brooke Burns. She got a one-on-one opportunity, drives on the right-hand layup, and that was blocked away by Carly Milliken. Nice block there by the senior. She lost possession for a second. It was last touch by a Trojan, so it'll remain in a Tiger hand. Just a minute 30 left to go. Still 4-2 on that Seed Pro scoreboard. Lots of breakaway action, to say the least. As Josie Milliken will cross the timeline on the front court left side. Now transitions over right. Kind of gets a little bit of a double team action. Looks inside to Carly Milliken, out to Gollinghorst. She's got a mid-range jumper. That doesn't fall through. Tried from that little bit of a mid-post position. Just wasn't able to make that one fall in. Valdez now in between the circles with a bounce pass to Kirchert. Swings it on over to the far side of Brooke Burns. Burns step back jumper, just rolls out. Milliken able to haul on that board as she's going to get double teamed. A foul's going to be down low. It's going to go on Ayla Valdez. That'll be her first and the team's fourth here in the first quarter. Lots of fouls, to say the least, called in this competition early, with just 55.3 seconds left to go. Carson Adams contains the basketball, looks on over to Hauser, the left wing, looks inside to Carly Milliken as this one's back out to Carson Adams from downtown, knocks it down. First three-pointer here for Griswold as they've taken the lead back 5-4 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Touch away, turnover, Josie Milliken now with the basketball. Looks on over to Carson Adams, handoff Hauser, this one a jumper, that's just strong. Rebound hauled in by Josie Milliken, but she's going to step out of bounds on the far baseline with 25.5 seconds left to go in the first quarter. As Essex will take a 30-second timeout, and we'll take it with them. 5-4 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Tigers with the lead. See you back in 30.
At Outfitters Plus in Atlantic, you'll find all the latest in custom apparel and headwear. Head to Outfitters and work with the design pros to make your customized tees, team apparel, and personalized swag for your business a reality. Whether it's fan apparel for your high school or youth sports teams, your business, or you just want to make something your own, you'll have everyone saying, "Where'd you get that?" Don't forget, Outfitters will also add your group store online to make ordering a breeze. Get personalized at Outfitters Plus Outlet Store in Atlantic. Stop by today.
Right back into things here after that 30-second timeout called by Essex. Both Griswold and Essex have now each taken a 30-second timeout as Essex trying to go down the floor here. Tigers try to save it. Last touch out of bounds. And it's going to be Essex basketball. Almost a good attempt there by Carly Milliken to keep things in play and get it in the Tigers' favor. But Essex able to win that battle as Milliken just maybe a shy out of bounds there. Maybe by even a hair. As you see number 25, Riley Harrison, check in for her. Inbound goes to Valdez. Top of the key, looks for the open three. That one's just short. Hauser almost trying to get that rebound. It's ending up in Josie Milliken's hands, however. Hauser almost tried to dribble before she even had possession of the basketball, as Ayla Valdez will be called for her second foul here tonight, and the team's fifth. As it looks like we're going to see Josie Milliken at the charity stripe. She's just 2 of 8 this season at 25% for Griswold, so could be interesting to kind of see how things play out here for Josie. 5'9" sophomore forward is but kind of a good defensive presence here tonight for the Tigers, as that one's just missed off the mark. Addison Adams will check in here now for Amanda Hauser with just 8.7 seconds left to go in the first. Something to notice about this Griswold team, a lot of substitutions. They don't like to keep a lot of these girls on the floor for too long, as Milliken splits the pair. Knocks in her first point of the night. 2-point lead now here for Griswold, 6-4 on that Seed Pro scoreboard. Tori Burns with a kick on the far side. Valdez and a kick back as time will expire here. Essex was unaware that the clock was winding down, as we're going to wind down things into a timeout. Currently 6-4 on that C-Pro scoreboard. Griswold now with the lead. We'll see you back here in just a few moments on 96.5 KSOM and streaming live on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishtanet.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And we welcome you back here to Griswold High School. I'm Zach Collins, as Griswold currently leads heading into the second quarter, 6-4 on that Seed Pro scoreboard. Running the tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors. So far, it's really just been the turnover game of both of these teams. I know that head coach Ryan Lockwood for the Griswold Tigers wanted to eliminate a lot of turnovers here tonight, but we're seeing quite a few, not too much as the missed shots, as both teams have had a couple of good looks, just the shots not falling through early here for either one. We'll see if things kind of change here in corner conference action tonight. Kirchner on the near block. Kick on out once again as Swain with the basketball. Looks on over to Tori Burns at the near wing. Throws that on over to Kirchner, top of the key. Kick on over to Brooke Burns at the left wing. Transitions over to the right side. Jump stops, kick out. Swain now with the mid-range jumper. That's no good as Addison Adams gets in that rebound for the Tigers. Good defensive presence by Kirchner. She goes back, and it's going to be a takeaway here for Essex. 1-on-2 opportunity. Halts up. Mid-range jumper by Brooke Burns. That one's just off the back of the iron, and a rebound hauled in by Swain down low. She's just going to take it for himself on the baseline. Now the far side. Bounce pass. Tori Burns. 10-foot marker. Kicks out. Valdez swings around to Swain. Now this one, a mid-range jumper. Splash. Knocked in by Mariska Kirchner. Now 6-6 on that Seed Pro scoreboard. A tie competition here, as Griswold was previously leading. Going Horse front court right side. 6:48 left to go here in the second quarter. Swinging around, now contained by Josie Milliken. Hands off Addison Adams. This one's from downtown. Splash! Knocks that one down for three. First points for Adams, as that gives Griswold another lead here once again by 3. 9-6 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Jump stop, mid-range jumper. Looks like it was blocked away, and Carly Milliken able to contain the basketball there. She controls for the Tigers. She halts up for whatever reason, trying to look for a guard, but really that core vision just didn't get her anything there, as a foul is going to be called on Essex. Amanda Hauser getting that lob pass there by Milliken. It's going to be number 31, Tori Burns. That'll be her second, and the team's first here the second quarter. Inbound, Going Horse from downtown, knocks it down. 5 points for Going Horse here tonight on that three-pointer. 12-6 in the Seed Pro scoreboard. Griswold offering up a 3-2 press here, as that is able to be breaking away by Kirchner. Looks on over, down low, far block. That one's a missed opportunity, however. Can't actually see what the official called. I was looking down on the floor to see the number. Is Valdez, who fell down to the floor. Regardless, it's going to be a turnover here, as Elia Valdez will check in. Kylie in Ayla Valdez are both sisters here. A lot of sister games here tonight for both of these teams. As the Trojans offering up a 3-1-1 press. Offer to be pulled on in by Carson Adams. Almost a takeaway here for Essex, but it will still be in possession of the Tigers with 5:57 left to go in the second quarter of action. Still 12-6 on that Seed Pro scoreboard. Addison Adams inbound on the far baseline. Gets it on into Carson Adams as she tries pulling back, and I like the guard presence that we're seeing out of her. Kicks on over here, contained by Golinghorst. Looks on over to Josie Milliken. Try with the inside pass to Carly Milliken. That doesn't go anywhere, and almost a jump ball. We'll see if they call it. They will call it. A little bit of a late call. Ball already popped up by the time the official blew the whistle on the far baseline. Regardless, possession error going Griswold's way. It would be an inbound for Josie Milliken. Goes on into Addison Adams. Kick on over to Milliken once again. Drives in, puts this one off the glass just strong. And a rebound hauled in by Tori Burns. Burns with a whip down the floor as that one just goes out of bounds. Tori Burns just put a little bit too much strength, as they'd say in football, an incomplete pass thrown by Burns, as we'll see number 15, Madison Rush, and number 25, Riley Harrison check in for the Tigers. 5:30 left to go. 2-2-1 press now offered up here by Essex. It's broken by Carson Adams. Swings that on over to Addison Adams from downtown. That one just hits the front of the rim, and it's going to be hauled in by Madison Rush. Nice job underneath the basket. Goes touch out of bounds. Last touch by the Trojans, so it'll be Griswold basketball on the near baseline. See Carly Milliken inbound for Griswold. Gets it up high to Addison Adams. Back to Carly Milliken. This one, a long-range jumper, is off the mark. To be hauled in by number 5, Brooke Burns. Back and forth action here at Griswold High School. Pretty good game we've seen so far to both of these teams. Good defensive presence, to say the least, as Brooke Burns knocks in a three. I say defensive presence, and then the offense wakes up here for Essex. The beautiful shot by Brooke Burns puts it at 12-9 on that Seed Pro scoreboard. 3-point deficit here in the second quarter. It's going to be a travel call by Riley Harrison. Tried transitioning on the far side, but kind of halts up, hesitates, and I say the worst thing about basketball is when you hesitate, because you're going to make a mistake. You're going to travel. It's going to cause a turnover. It's going to go not in your favor as this one's up and in by Sydney Swin on the inbound. She's now got 3 points, and a nice right-hand layup by the senior. She's able to try to drive up on that right side. Had a little bit of an open lane, but a foul call. It is going to be number 4, Ayla Valdez. That'll be her third foul. She's a quick guard on the floor, but kind of tries to utilize her hands a little bit too much. She tries to put it in. A lot of reach-in fouls we've seen out of her tonight. There's quite a few subs on both sides of the floor. Transition in. Golinghorst, far side from downtown in the corners, no good. Rebound by Kylie Valdez. However, it's going to be taken away here by Carson Adams. This one kicked out to Hauser. That's no good. Rush underneath the basket, up and in. What a shot by Rush. Just gets the putback, just puts it up. No hesitation whatsoever, and goes in her favor as Essex just passing up a little bit too high. Tori Burns, as well as Brooke Burns, just a bit of a miscommunication there, because neither one of them kind of really knew where the basketball was going. 4:10 left to go here in the second quarter. Golinghorst contains here for Griswold. Kicks on over the Rush. Bounce pass, top of the key to Golinghorst. Tries to find an open gap. Stops mid-range jumper. Doesn't fall through. Rebound by Hauser underneath the hoop. Gets double teamed. Now triple teamed. And a takeaway here by Essex. Nice takeaway there by Tori Burns. As we see Swain try to break over. A little bit of a defensive pressure. Down low, Kylie Valdez travels on the near block. She's not happy with the call, but, well, thing is, you can't take your bags with you as you travel sometimes. As Griswold looks like they were expecting the press, but Essex kind of falling off the pressure here, as we'll see Ellis Sandel, the 5'5" freshman guard, check in for Essex. It's one of the first times we've actually seen really Essex kind of fully pull off the press, mostly working on the defensive presence, try to possibly create a turnover. And at the same time, we've seen a couple of fast break plays here for Griswold on that press. Hauser tries putting up a shot. She gets fouled. She'll go to the line for repairs. Tori Burns is going to be called for the foul. That'll be her third, so she's in a little bit of foul trouble already early in this competition. Be the third foul already for Essex in this second quarter. As I mentioned before, Hauser coming into this competition tonight, 2 of 7. That one doesn't fall through either. She's now 0 of 3 here tonight. The thing about her is it's just kind of a high-arcing free throw. Sometimes if you take your time, it falls through, and taking their time is Essex as they'll take a timeout here. Currently 14-11 on the Seed Pro scoreboard in the second quarter. We'll take a timeout with them. We'll see you right back here in just a few moments as Griswold leads.
Anita Supply Center is here for you. From the big jobs to the small tasks, we're here to help. Hi, this is Kim with a reminder of our hours, so when you need our help, we're here. Anita Supply Center is open Monday through Fridays, 7 to 5, and Saturdays, 8 to 5. We're here 6 days a week for all of your building, landscaping, how-to projects, repairs, and more. We offer free in-home measurements, free estimates, and can help put your ideas together. Anita Supply Center is open 6 days a week for all your home improvement and building needs.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And we welcome you back in here to Griswold High School. I'm Zach Callens as I'm calling the Griswold and Essex girls basketball game here tonight. A doubleheader as the boys game will follow shortly after. And you're listening to 96.5 KSOM, or you can even watch this game here tonight on westerniowatoday.com on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishnanet. 3:29 left to go here in the second quarter of action as Amanda Hauser is at the charity stripe here for the Tigers. Hauser has not made a free throw just yet and doesn't on that one as well. 0-4 here tonight. A foul is going to be called on the Tigers. It'll be number 5, Amanda Hauser, trying to go for her own rebound. That'll be her second and the team's first here the second quarter. You'll see number 3, Carson Adams, number 32, Carly Milliken, and number 25, Riley Harrison check in here for the Tigers. It's almost like hockey lines we're seeing here for the Tigers tonight with their substitutions. 3-2 press offered up and broken by the Trojans. Kylie Valdez underneath as she kind of comes out to the perimeter here. Now top of the key, Kircher tries looking down low and a takeaway here by Hauser. She's got the basketball, almost loses it for a second there. Nice offensive presence. Good court awareness on that one as Hauser goes down low. That one's just missed off the mark. Last touch out of bounds. It'll be white basketball, so Griswold will contain it on the near baseline. Josie Milken comes in for Amanda Hauser. Looks like she was getting a little bit tired, especially after those free throws. Kind of was awaiting a sub and gets one there. Carly Milliken, bounce pass over to Carson Adams, throws on over to Josie Milliken. She tries going down low, bounce pass to Carly Milliken. Once again gets blocked away. It's going to be brought on in here by the Trojans, Kylie Valdez. Tries going down low, left-hand layup just off the mark. Josie Milliken able to haul on that board. She halts things up for the Tigers. That'd probably be the best way to go here on the offensive end. Kick out to Gollinghorst. She goes far baseline. Bounce pass on over to Carson Adams. Lobs this one over to Josie Milliken, able to save it before it crosses the center line. Gollinghorst, mid-range jumper, short corner. That one just rolls around the iron, no good. Rebound hauled in by the Trojans. 14-11 on the C-Pro scoreboard. 2:20 left to go here in the second quarter of action. Kircher throws on over to Sandel. Rings it around the perimeter now, contained by Brooke Burns. Right wing, that's just off the mark. Josie Milliken able to haul the rebound here for the Tigers. She now goes from right to left. Transitions to the far baseline. Bounce pass near side to Gollinghorst. Tap the key, rolls on around here to Harrison. Throws on over to Josie Milliken. Once again, she transitions around the perimeter from right to left wing now. Hand off to Carson Adams. She tries driving in, bounce pass, kick out. Now to Gollinghorst on the right wing. 1:45 left to go. 9 on the shot clock here for the Tigers. Looks on over to Carson Adams. Back here, Josie Milliken. That one's just thrown on up, and that one's not going to roll around as it'll be Essex basketball. 1:35 left to go in the second quarter of action. So low-scoring game, 14-11 on that C-Pro scoreboard. We have reached double digits. Didn't do that in the first quarter of action. Essex breaks the press here, just with a little bit of thought. You can break a press pretty easily as Brooke Burns throws up a shot. That's no good on the right wing three-point attempt as a foul is going to be called. It is going to be on Essex number 2, Cindy Swain. Carly Milliken was able to grab that basketball, but Swain with a bit of a reach in there. That'll be her third foul and the team's fourth. 1:17 left to go. A little bit of a press, just two players pressing up here. Nothing of a 2-3 or 3-2. Riley Harrison kicks a going horse on the right wing. Bounce pass goes back to Harrison. Far corner three-pointer. That's just off the iron. Rebound hauled in by Carson Adams in the near corner. Transitions in, receives a screen by Carly Milliken. Tries driving, kicks out. Harrison tries another three-point attempt. That's just out the back of the iron there. Ball goes out of bounds after the shot by Harrison. Just two go off the mark. I like the looks, however, there for the junior. Just doesn't fall through in her favor. Brianna T, as well as number 32, Carly Milliken, checking back in. Just under a minute left to go of action. This one brought on back by Essex. Tries driving down low is Brooke Burns. Kicks out here to Sandel. Back to Brooke Burns in the far corner. Transitions over to the right side. Could have been a carry, but nothing's going to be called. Mariska Kirchard tries passing that one away, but it's going to be taken away here by the Tigers. Shot clock turned off with 25 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Carson Adams kicks a going horse. This one's just short. Rebound hauled in by Peyton Taylor, and a foul is going to be called on the Tigers with 17.1 seconds left to go in the second. It's going to be a number 20, Josie Milliken. That'll be her second, the team's second here the second quarter. Probably not the best foul in that case scenario, as we'll see number 25, Riley Harrison check in. And we'll see number 20, Josie Milliken check out. It almost looked like for a second Carson Adams was going to check out, but she stays in. Brooke Burns to the basketball here for Essex, 13 on the game clock. Now just 8. Kick in the near corner contained by Valdez. Back to Brooke Burns. This one from the right wing. That's just off the mark. A good save down low by Kylie Valdez, but goes to the hands of the Tigers as this quarter is going to expire as Griswold will lead heading into halftime. 14-11 on that Seed Pro scoreboard. What a defensive game we've got for you here tonight. It's been a fun one. Stick with us here on 96.5 KSOM and streaming live on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishanet. As we're going to take a quick break, we'll see you back here in just a few moments.
Are you ready to be part of something bigger? I'm Myron Stein, president of Stein Seed Company. We're seeking exceptional individuals like you to join our team as independent sales representatives. If you're passionate about agriculture, ready to make a difference, and want unlimited earning potential, join the Stein team as an ISR. To learn more about open positions near you, contact your local Stein RSA, Darren Petty, at area code 712-249-5884.
Newman Body Shop in Lyman is your only stop for total auto body repair. Newman handles everything from glass replacement, paint and wheel alignment, to complete auto restoration. For information on all the services Newman Body Shop offers, give them a call at 712-778-4428 or stop by Newman Body Shop on Tucson Road in Lyman. Newman Body Shop is a proud supporter of Griswold Tiger Sports.
Are new gadgets in your household searching for better Wi-Fi coverage? Griswold Communications has you covered. No need to maintain a wireless router or Wi-Fi extender yourself when they will do it for a low monthly fee. They set it up, secure it, and maintain your wireless router. And Wi-Fi extenders can boost your signal in those hard-to-reach areas. Call Griswold Communications for more details. 712-778-2121.
What's it mean to be in good hands? It means you get an expert agent who's in it for the long haul. We'll get to know you and be there for you as your coverage needs change. I'm Craig Hummel at Hummel Insurance Services, and we work with Allstate Insurance. Let us help you choose the right amount of protection to meet your needs, and see for yourself what it means to be in good hands. Call Hummel Insurance Services at 800-482-6426 or stop in anytime.
When your home or business has been affected by water, fire, smoke, or mold, and you don't know what to do next, we do. From one room to multiple levels, we can do it all while working with you and your insurance company. Service Master by Rice is your local experts for residential and commercial restoration, offering emergency services 24/7, 365. To set up services, call 712-243-5373 with phones answered 24/7. Service Master by Rice serves all of Western Iowa.
Griswold Tiger Sports.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And we welcome you back here to Griswold High School. I'm Zach Collins as the Griswold Tigers are taking on the Essex Trojans here tonight. 14-11 at halftime on that Seed Pro scoreboard. Reminding you tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Riggs Ag Services. Transform your planter with help from Riggs Ag Services in Lewis. It's been a heck of a competition to say the least so far, as we've seen kind of just really back and forth action. We'll see Essex take a lead, Griswold take a lead, but pretty much from the second quarter midway through and on, we've seen Griswold just kind of maintain that lead. And so far, it's been because of the play by Abby Golinghorst. She's currently got 5 points, leading the Tigers here at halftime. Not only has she been good at ball control, she's just taking shots, and they're pretty much on the mark. She had one that was pretty much off the mark. Probably wasn't the best look out of her. But at the same time, the juniors really stepped it up here tonight, especially from the last time that I saw her. I think she's made a very drastic improvement since that break. So kind of a good thing to see out of Golinghorst. And kind of looking into the stats here tonight, two players also with 3 points, Addison Adams and Carson Adams, as they each made a 3 in this competition. Coming into this game, Carson Adams just shot 3 of 16 from the three-point marker. So good for her to kind of get back on that track, knocking a 3 there to kind of put Griswold ahead here by 3 in this competition. Madison Rush with 2 points here tonight in the first half, and Josie Milliken just with 1 on a free throw. So not too much scoring, to say the least. Sometimes you go into these halftime shows and it's 35-32, but instead here it's 14-11 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Kind of a big defensive effort here tonight. But look on the opposite end here for the Essex Trojans. They're currently led in scoring by 2 players of Brooke Burns as well as Cindy Swain, each with 3 points. Kylie Valdez as well as Mariska Kircher, each with 2 here in this competition. So not too much scoring from either side of the floor, but at the same time, pretty good defensive game out of these teams. I actually really like Griswold's defensive presence. They're protecting down low, because you look to Essex, not much of a three-point shooting team, just 23% on the seasons. But at the same time, the Tigers just 22% from 3 on the season. So neither of these teams are really dominant from three-point shooting. None of them are really dominant from the field either. Essex just had 30% from the field. Griswold just had 25% from the field this season. So really, it's just kind of the battle of who's got better defense, who allows the lane to be open, and who transitions better with the basketball. And so far, I'm going to say Griswold's done a better job here at halftime. I mean, they currently hold the lead, as Essex is going to have to try to itch their way back into this competition. We'll see if they can do it here tonight, but not before we take a break here on our halftime show. You're currently listening to 96.5 KSOM, or you're watching the live stream on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishanet. We'll see you back here in just a few moments.
Thinking about what you want to do in retirement can be fun, and planning for it doesn't have to be difficult. According to Money Guide Incorporated, only 3 out of 10 Americans have a financial plan, and 1/3 report they have no retirement savings. Financial planning is not just all about assets, investments, and net worth. It's about identifying your financial goals. Hi, I'm Erin Friend, a certified financial planner and registered investment advisor. We help you create a customized financial plan based on your expectations, financial situation, and goals. Please contact Mark Smith or me at 243-2466.
Member SIP.
If authentic Mexican food is what you're craving, then come on into Rancho Grande in Atlantic. We're more than just tacos and margaritas, but we do make the best of both. We have appetizers, beef, chicken, seafood dishes, and desserts. Mixed drinks, wine, imported and domestic beers are on the menu too. Dine in or relax on the patio with family, friends, date night, or a quick stop before or after the game. Open 7 days a week. You'll be able to fill in your cravings of authentic Mexican food at Rancho Grande in Atlantic.
At Outfitters Plus in Atlantic, you'll find all the latest in custom apparel and headwear. Head to Outfitters and work with the design pros to make your customized tees, team apparel, and personalized swag for your business a reality. Whether it's fan apparel for your high school or youth sports teams, your business, or you just want to make something your own, you'll have everyone saying, "Where'd you get that?" Don't forget, Outfitters will also add your group store online to make ordering a breeze. Get personalized at Outfitters Plus Outlet Store in Atlantic. Stop by today.
When you walk your fields this spring, will each plant have emerged consistently? Ensure consistent emergence of every plant by managing residue, firming seed, and controlling downforce with precision planting upgrades for your planter so that every seed gives you return on investment and isn't left to chance. Transform your planter with Riggs Ag in Lewis and get the best stand you ever had. Call Jim Riggs at 712-254-2408 today.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And we welcome you back here to Griswold High School on our KSOM halftime show. Just about 2 minutes until we are back underway in basketball action with the Griswold Tigers taking on the Essex Trojans in girls basketball action. I'm Zach Collins, reminding you that today's broadcast is brought to you by Anita Supply Center, your home enhancement store. We are here to help. And the thing to mention before we kind of get back into action here, both these teams just kind of need to maintain a little bit of ball control. And that doesn't mean just kind of going down the floor, just dribbling, trying to find the open lanes. That just means getting down the floor, making the right passes, and not taking every single open look. Because when you have ball control, it doesn't mean you're just passing around the floor. You're not just maintaining the basketball in your hands. You want to be taking good shots. When you have good ball control, you're taking good shots, you're getting points up on the board. And really, that just kind of shows at the end of the day, are you knocking points in? Are you not? And at the same time, are they just bad looks? Are they good looks? That's the thing to kind of mention here. Griswold so far has taken a pretty good opportunities of their open looks. Essex, I think, needs to do a better job. They've had quite a few open looks, especially from mid-range, but they're just not trying to take it. They're trying to just drive down low, go for the lower shots, and really can't rely on that every time, especially with this Griswold defense that we're seeing here tonight. And Griswold, if they continue to keep up this defensive pressure, I think that's really going to keep Essex down in their own, because Essex hasn't taken those chance opportunities. We're not seeing a lot of these opportunities favor Essex so far here in this competition, so it'll be interesting to see how things kind of work out here in this competition. I think that Griswold, they kind of need to rely a little bit more on Going Horse. They're not getting her the basketball as much as I think that they need to. They're keeping her in the game a little bit longer because Griswold does like to sub a lot. They're almost like hockey lines. You'll see 3-4 players going at a time here for the Tigers. Really, it's just one, and if it is one, it's just for the same player each time. So really, it is like lines here, as Ryan Lockwood likes to really use a lot of his girls on the bench. So we'll see kind of how things end up going here tonight for the Tigers, as Essex will be changing sides here. Then I'll be going from right to left, Griswold from left to right, as things are going to be back in action here at Griswold High School. I'd like to thank you for tuning with us here on our halftime show on 96.5 KSOM and Western Iowa Today TV as we resume you back into some basketball action. Third quarter, currently Griswold leads 14-11 heading in. Essex at the top of the key. Marissa Kircher contains at the top of the key. Whips it on the near side. This one from downtown. That's just strong by Cindy Swain. Rebound hauled in by Josie Milliken of the Tigers. Milliken comes down the floor with speed. Lobs on over to Amanda Hauser. Tries transition again. Throws this one high off the glass. Gets her own rebound. Tries a shot. And that's blocked away, but it's going to be called a foul. Looks like it's going to go on number 2, Cindy Swain. That'll be her fourth. Ends up being the team's first foul here in the third quarter. So Swain's got to watch out. She's in a little bit of foul trouble here early. As Hauser's back at the line. Can't knock that one in either. Currently 0-5 here tonight is Hauser from the charity stripe. Ella Sandel checking in for Essex. As Hauser will look for the second one here. Like the shoes by Hauser. A little bit of a spike pattern on those Nike shoes. And she knocks that one in. First point there for Hauser. Currently 1 of 6 at the free throw line here tonight. As this ball is going to be whipped out of bounds. Just kind of a lob down the floor. Does not go in the favor of Essex in that case. 7:25 left to go here in the third quarter of basketball action, as Addison Adams will come down the front court right side. Looks on over to Carly Milliken, kicks back to Adams, pump fake. This one a long-range jumper, doesn't fall through. Rebound hauled in by Ella Sandel. Tries to get it there, and it's going to be a jump ball call. Nice job by Hauser and Addison Adams. Kind of get a hand in there. Possession arrow is going to go the Tigers' way. So they'll get the basketball right back in their own hands once again. Josie Milliken to inbound underneath the basket. Gets that one into Going Horse. Goes top of the key. Tries looking inside. Kick on over to Amanda Hauser. Hauser tries transitioning in. Puts that one up on the floater. That doesn't fall through. And a rebound hauled in by Ella Sandel. Kick down the floor is no good, to say the least, as it's another takeaway here as Addison Adams pulls in that basketball. Contains to the left wing. Tries driving in. Nice bounce pass in the interior to Josie Milliken. Can't contain it, though, in control. Kick on back to Addison Adams. Goes baseline, tries throwing away, and gets a foul call. Call's going to be a number 3, Mariska Kircher. It's going to be her first and the team's second. Foul was called by the official at the top on the near side. Wasn't even called by the baseline official, but regardless, Addison Adams will go to the charity stripe for 2. 12 of 24 this season. She knocks in that one. 4 points on the night there for the junior. Still not the leading scorer here tonight, as Gollinghorst leads with 5 for the Tigers. Currently 16-11 on that Seed Pro scoreboard. As she looks for the second, that one's just short. Carly Milliken getting the rebound, put back up and in. That was probably the quickest putback you could see. Grabs it, lobs it up there, and falls on through as Kircher travels before she gets that pass down the floor to Kylie Valdez. I actually like the transition that we saw there by Essex, but just the travel there, a little bit of the hesitation, that factor kind of played into the game once again. Under 6:30 left to go here in the third quarter. Josie Milliken tries attempting with the drive in. Carly Milliken from 10 feet. That one falls on through. Back-to-back points for Milliken. We didn't see any points out of her in the entire first half. Now with 4 on the night. Kind of the same thing we saw in the last game when we saw Griswold take on Missouri Valley. Long-range three-point jumpers, no good by Brooke Burns as that one goes out of bounds. Essex just can't get anything to fall through here early in the second half. Carson Adams, as well as number 13, Sadie Gollinghorst, checking in. The 5'5" freshman seeing her first time on the floor tonight. Ella Sandel with the kick in as this one is going to be taken away. Sadie Gollinghorst drives up, and that one just doesn't fall through on the open look. Essex getting a lucky break there. And it'll be a foul called on number 13, Sadie Gollinghorst. That'll be her first for the Tigers and the first in the quarter. Really, they thought it was going to be a backcourt violation there by Ella Sandel. Doesn't end up being anything in that case. She kind of held it, just let Sadie Gollinghorst take the basketball out of her hands as the ball goes out of bounds on the inbound. Sandel not able to get that one inbounds as she's going to toss it to the officials. They're going to take it inbounds just right in front of us here on the near sideline. Sadie Gollinghorst tries driving in, gets it to Josie Milliken. Bounce pass to Sadie Gollinghorst. Tries going down low on the near block. Goes to Carly Milliken. Loses it down low as this one's going to be called a jump ball. Surprised it wasn't just a takeaway by Mariska Kircher. With 5:37 left to go, jump ball goes in favor of the Trojans. So inbound on the near baseline. A little bit of a press offered up here by the Tigers, but it's going to be broken as Tori Burns contains the basketball at the right wing. Looks on up top of the key to Brooke Burns. Throws that on over to Kircher. Looks back on over to Tori Burns. This one mid-range jumper. The bank is open here Friday night as Tori Burns puts up her first points here on the night. 5:12 left to go here in the third. Josie Milliken on the far side of the short corner. Goes on over to Carson Adams as she rolls around the perimeter. Receives a screen top. Looks over to Josie Milliken. Milliken looks down low. Abby Gollinghorst. This one up and just off the mark. Rebound by Josie Milliken. Tries to contain the basketball. The jump ball is finally going to be called. Saw her and Kircher kind of going back at it. As the Tigers will inbound on the far baseline with number 1, Addison Adams. It's number 3, Carson Adams. They look almost identical when you kind of look at them at a quick glance as Sadie Gollinghorst takes the mid-range jumper on the high post. That doesn't fall through. And a foul is going to be called on Carson Adams of the Tigers after the rebound by Tori Burns. Try to get the reach in there. That'll be her first and the team's second of the quarter. And a full timeout is going to be taken by Essex. We'll take it with them. 20-13 on that Seed Pro scoreboard. Griswold still with the lead. We'll see you right back here on 96.5 KSOM and streaming live on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishnanet.
Newman Body Shop in Lyman is your only stop for total auto body repair. Newman handles everything from glass replacement, paint and wheel alignment, to complete auto restoration. For information on all the services Newman Body Shop offers, give them a call at 712-778-4428 or stop by Newman Body Shop on Tucson Road in Lyman. Newman Body Shop is a proud supporter of Griswold Tiger Sports.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
We welcome you back in here to Griswold High School. I'm Zach Collins, reminding that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Hummel Insurance. Service is the difference with Hummel. Currently, it's a 20-13 lead on that Seed Pro scoreboard as Griswold currently leads. Essex trying to kind of make their way back in there. Haven't been able to do too much as they've just added on 2 points so far here in the second half. Griswold offering up a bit of a press and a takeaway now here by Carson Adams. Gets it back to Carly Milliken, goes right back to Adams at bat. Abby Golinghorst in the far corner transitions over to the top of the key. Looks an open Carson Adams, takes a short corner mid-range jumper. That one's just short. And a ball goes out of bounds. This last can be touched by Sadie Golinghorst as we saw number 31 Tori Burns come crashing down to the hardwood. Thought it was going to be a foul, but just goes out of bounds. So nothing called there. 4:26 left to go. A little bit of a 3-2 press offered up here by the Tigers. Inbound goes to Hauser. Swing on over. And a travel is going to be called early. Kircher being able to call with the travel. Man, they just tried transitioning down the floor, but it's almost that they're transitioning too quick for Essex. They're not even able to keep up with their own pace. As Carson Adams now contains here at the top of the key for the Tigers. Lobs that one over to Josie Milliken on the left wing. Milliken bounce pass in the interior to Carly Milliken. Gets double teamed down low as this one's going to go out of bounds. She just dribbles on the far baseline there. She's a little upset about it, and rightfully so, but at the same time, when you dribble out of bounds, it's going to be out of bounds. So Essex takes back over here. Brooke Burns steps out of bounds on the sidelines, right in front of the Essex bench. A little bit of a defensive presence here, but Griswold able to keep up their defensive pressure. Essex is kind of succumbing to it right now, to say the least, with 4:02 left to go. Amanda Hauser back here in the competition. Addison Adams with a left wing three-pointer. That one just rolls out as Tori Burns is underneath the basket, able to haul that one in. Lobs this one down the floor, contained by Brooke Burns to the left wing. Burns throws this one to Tori Burns. Hooks on out top of the key to Kircher. Swings on over to Sandel. Back tap the key to Brooke Burns. Brooke Burns with 3:35 left to go. 15 on the shot clock. Looks at Tori Burns. Whips that one up. That's no good from about 10 feet on the floater. We see Carly Milliken now taking this basketball down the floor with speed. At the right wing. Looks to Hauser. A little transition pass. Tries looking in the interiors. That one goes out of bounds. And we'll pause here for 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to 96.5 KSOM.
Playing your kind of country. 96.5 KSOM, Audubon, Atlantic, Red Oak, Harlan.
And we jump right back in here at Griswold High School. I'm Zach Collins calling the Essex and Griswold girls basketball game here tonight. It's going to be a 20-13 lead here for the Tigers. On that Seed Pro scoreboard, as Essex is going to inbound on the near sidelines after they just went out of bounds. Tori Burns to inbound right in front of her own bench here on the near side. Lobs this one in, finds Ayla Valdez. However, she travels. She's upset with the call, but, well, you can't move your feet in that fashion. You got to get the travel called every day of the week, as we'll see number 10, Kylie Valdez, check in for Ayla. With 3:11 left to go here in the third. Hauser receives a screen, rolls off of it, gets it to Josie Milliken on the far side. Now looks near side. Sadie Golinghorst long-range jumper off the glass is no good. Tori Burns able to get the rebound as she takes the basketball down the floor, and a blocking foul is going to be called by number 1, Addison Adams for the Tigers. That'll be her third, kind of trying to force Burns out of bounds. But you can only do so much when you do that, as we'll see Madison Rush check back in here for the Tigers. Madison Rush so far here in this competition has been kind of the control factor for the Tigers. Haven't seen her too much yet in the second half. Brooke Burns with the basketball. Bounce pass to Kircher, top of the key. Looks back to Brooke Burns. Drills with her left, now transitions over to the right. Now goes back to the left side. Whips on out. Now lob, top of the key. Tori Burns from downtown, just off the mark. Carly Milliken hangs in with that board for the Tigers. 2:35 left to go here in the third quarter. Hand off to Hauser. Hauser kick on out to Sadie Golinghorst on the left wing. Looks back up, top of the key, Josie Milliken. Tries rolling off it there, can't get anything, and a tough bounce pass. Really something that you don't want to see out of Josie Milliken. Looks at Carly Milliken, spins, jumper, falls through, nothing but net for Milliken. 22-13 now on the Seed Pro scoreboard, 9-point lead for the Griswold Tigers. Essex looking for an answer. This one a long-range three. That's not going to do it as that one goes off the mark. Hauser with the rebound. Bounce pass goes to Josie Milliken. Last touch and knocked out of bounds. Good transition defense there by Essex. Saw both Brooke and Tori Burns go down there to slap that ball out of bounds. 1:58 left to go. 30 seconds on the shot clock. Josie Milliken to inbound. 4 up high here for the Tigers. Hauser rolling off of it. Trying to drive. Bounce pass goes right in between the legs of Rush. He's able to pick it up. Tries to go to Josie Milliken. Goes last out of bounds. It's going to be last touch by Essex. Looks like Kylie Valdez had that last touch there for the Trojans. As the Tigers will inbound. Gets it to Josie Milliken as she rolls towards the right wing. And a lob pass inside is intercepted, to say the least, by Marissa Kircher for Essex. And Abby Goinghorst getting a lob pass interception of herself. And now another pass is another turnover here for Essex, and Griswold just going back and forth here with the turnover game. Foul called on the shot of the near corner by Brooke Burns. It'll be number 32, Carly Milliken, being called for that foul. That'll be her second and the team's fourth here in the third quarter. We'll see number 5, Brooke Burns, head of the charity stripe, 20-39 this season. That one falls on in. Now 4 points for Burns here tonight. And a timeout is going to be taken by Griswold. 22-14 on that Seed Pro scoreboard. 1:29 left to go here in the third. We'll see you back here in just a few moments on 96.5 KSOM and streaming live on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishinanet.
Make sure you're getting the best coverage for you at the most competitive rate. Hi, this is Nick Carnes with Brocker Carnes & Carnes. We are an independent insurance agency that offers coverage for your home, auto, life, farm, and everything in between. But mostly we are here to help. As an independent agency, we can shop around for the best rates and coverages from multiple companies. Stop by one of our offices or go to brockercarnes.com for a quote on your insurance. Let Brocker Carnes & Carnes help you get the best coverage at a competitive rate.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
Reminding that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Rancho Grande, with authentic Mexican food on West 7th Street in Atlantic. I'm Zach Collins as we welcome you back in here to Griswold High School as the Tigers still lead 22-14 on that Seed Pro scoreboard. Essex has only scored 3 points so far here in the second half. Tigers with 8 so far, as we'll make that 4 now here for Essex as Burns knocks in both at the charity stripe. Now it's currently 2 of 2 on the night for Burns. Handoff to Hauser, receives a screen. She's going to travel, however. Good shot. But at the same time, when you move that extra foot with it, that's what the jump stop's for. It's so important to jump stop here. And a lot of players don't realize how important that jump stop really is, especially in a game like this with two teams who like to transition quickly. Burns in the left wing, lobs this one up top of the key to Kirchert. Lobs this one, tries for Tori Burns, but a takeaway here. Now it's contained by Carly Milliken. Rolls it around to Josie Milliken. Looks on over to Amanda Hauser in the far corner. Pitches this one, Carly Milliken, 10-foot jumper, knocks it in. Another shot of nothing with net for Carly Milliken. Heck of a shot and heck of a pass as that one just lobbed over the head just high of Mariska Kircher. Another turnover here for the Trojans with 46.4 seconds left to go in this competition. Griswold inbound, gets it to Hauser as she'll now cross the timeline. Bounce pass goes to Josie Milliken, but it's going to be a takeaway here for Tori Burns, and she just steps out of bounds. Man, I like that takeaway too because it was a miscommunication by Josie Milliken. Burns had a pretty easy fast break takeaway, but just stepping out of bounds. That foot kind of slipped over there a little bit, to say the least. Madison Rush pitches on over to Josie Milliken. Bounce pass goes on over to Riley Harrison as this one's lob pass over a foul. It is going to be called on the shot. Be number 13, Alice Sandel. That'll be her first and the team's third here the third quarter with 33.1 seconds left to go. We'll see number 25, Riley Harrison now at the charity stripe. Has not taken a free throw yet this season until that one, as she's now 0 of 1. Harrison just averaging 0.8 points per game, 2.9 rebounds per game this season. Didn't see her too much in the game that we called last against Missouri Valley earlier this season. This one a high one off the mark once again here from the charity stripe, now 0 of 2. As Essex gets the takeaway. Now another takeaway here by Brianna Tay. Drives up, that one falls through. Nice job there by the junior on the takeaway. Able to just put that one up and in. Brooke Burns tries looking down low here. Valdez not able to contain the basketball. Now picked up by Tori Burns. Tori Burns with 8 seconds left to work with. Transitions top of the key, now 5 on the game clock. Kicks here, this one, a long-range jumper, doesn't fall through, and a foul underneath the basket. It's going to be on Hauser, just 0.3 seconds left to go. That'll be Hauser's third foul here. Tigers' fifth, so regardless if it was shooting or not, it was. Kylie Valdez will head to the charity stripe. Currently 0 of 6 on the season from the free throw line there for the sophomore. Make that 0 of 7. 26-15 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Essex currently down by 11. As Kylie Valdez will throw in the second, finally makes her first free throw of the season. 3 points on the night. Now she's 1 of 8. Griswold to inbound with a 2-3 press offered up by Essex. As they're just going to lob this one up. Not even any time, really, with just 0.3 seconds left to go to make anything out of that shot. As we'll finish the third quarter, 26-16 on that Seed Pro scoreboard. Griswold still with the lead here in this competition. We'll return back in just a few moments on 96.5 KSOM and streaming live on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishanet.
When your home or business has been affected by water, fire, smoke, or mold, and you don't know what to do next, we do. From one room to multiple levels, we can do it all while working with you and your insurance company. Service Master by Rice is your local experts for residential and commercial restoration, offering emergency services 24/7, 365. To set up services, call 712-243-5373 with phones answered 24/7. Service Master by Rice serves all of Western Iowa.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
Reminding that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Second Street Auto. Tow it, know it before you blow it. Second Street Auto in Atlantic. I'm Zach Collins here for this Griswold and Essex girls basketball competition. Doubleheader here tonight. Girls first, boys second. Boys game will follow after this competition here tonight. 26-16 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. As the Tigers are currently in a lead here in this competition. We'll see if the Tigers can maintain that lead here tonight, as both Essex and Griswold have just kind of been going back and forth until the Tigers have made a breakaway in the third quarter. Missed attempt there by the Trojans. Rebound by Peyton Taylor. That ball is going to be knocked out of bounds. Last touch by a Tiger. Good defensive presence on that far side of the floor. As Mariska Kircher lobs this one high up and in to Swain. Swain tries driving in, throws this one up, but she's going to travel underneath the basket. Another turnover here for Essex as they're able to get that basketball with 7:38 left to go. 3-2 press offered up by Essex, and a reach-in foul is going to be called on number 2, Cindy Swain. Nice shot by Abson Adams just to kind of maintain her composure. As we'll see Cindy Swain foul out here in this competition. She'll finish tonight with 3 points for Essex. So an early foul out here already in the fourth quarter. Still 7:35 left to go, so Essex a player down. And a pretty critical player to say the least here for the Trojans. Lob pass tries to go to Amanda Hauser, but doesn't go anywhere as it just goes out of bounds. 7:26 left to go, as we'll see Tori Burns inbound on the far sideline. 1-3-1 offered up here for Griswold, and a breakaway there by Brooke Burns. Kick on the near side of Ayla Vasquez as she just fumbles that ball away and goes out of bounds. Still 7:19 left to go here in this fourth quarter. Lots of back and forth action to say the least. Addison Adams, a little bit of a double team, receives a screen up high, gets it to Abby Gollinghorst, almost loses the basketball for just a second. Able to be contained now here by the Tigers. Inside pass look to Carly Milliken, tries shooting that one up. It's off the mark. And last touch by the Trojans. Didn't really see a touch in there, but regardless, officials got a little bit better of an angle than I do from up high in the bleachers. Abby Gollinghorst with the inbound. That one just goes away. Not able to get that shot knocked down as Josie Milliken gets a takeaway here. Bounce pass to Addison Adams. This one's up and falls on through. Nice job there by the junior. Just puts all of her momentum forward in her shot. Now 6 points here tonight. Essex back in the basketball. Ayla Vasquez misses that attempt on a rebound. Put back is up and in by Kirchner. Had 2 in the first half, now 2 in the second half. 28-18 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Still a 10-point lead here for the Tigers. In the fourth quarter of action with under 6:30 left to go. Foul was called on Essex. Yeah, number 15, Peyton Taylor. That'll be her first. As Sadie Gollinghorst will check back in here for the Tigers. And the first for the Trojans as well in the fourth quarter of action. So that'll actually be the second for the Trojans. I forgot to mark one on my sheet. Sadie Gollinghorst tries looking on the near corner. That's going to be a takeaway turnover. Goes down to Peyton Taylor. Looks down to Ayla Vasquez. That one up and in off the glass. Good shot there by the freshman. Just to get that one off was impressive in itself as quickly as she did. Just the catch, spin, shoot. I like that to say the least. Roll around here by Josie Milliken. Tries going down low, but a kick back out top of the key. It's going to be a backcourt violation, but Sadie Gollinghorst trying to get there. It does roll out of bounds, so pretty good court position for Essex to take this one inbounds. As Tori Burns looks, kicks this one into Kirchner. Looks back to Tori Burns at the right wing. Throws on over to Ayla Vasquez. Knocks that one down for a deep 2. Nothing but net there for Valdez. Excuse me, I said Vasquez. I meant Valdez in that case. 5:35 left to go here in this competition. Josie Milliken with the basketball at the far wing. Tries transitioning over, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Ayla Valdez. That'll be her fourth and the team's third here already in this competition. And so we'll see number 1, Addison Adams, and number 10, Kylie Valdez check back in. Addison Adams will take this basketball out of bounds on the far sidelines, pitches it into Abby Gollinghorst. It's still transition over to the right side. Now it goes back left. Top of the key, bounce pass Addison Adams. Is that one? Adams was trying to cut in towards the basket. Gollinghorst thought she was trying to cut out to get the basketball. Regardless, Essex will take back over here. As they're now just down by 6, 28-22 on the Seed Pro scoreboard, and a travel is going to be called on the Trojans. Kylie Valdez travels there. Number 3, Carson Adams will check in here for the Tigers. And a full timeout will be called by the Tigers head coach Ryan Lockwood. Currently 28-22 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Griswold still with the lead. We'll see you back here in just a few moments on 96.5 KSOM and streaming live on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishtanet.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And reminding that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Stein Seed. Stein has yield. Contact Darren Petty, your local Stein representative. Welcome back here to Griswold High School as the Tigers are currently still on top the Trojans, 28-22 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Addison Adams coming down the floor with speed. Nice screen at the center line there by Carly Milliken as she kicks to Carson Adams. She's now on the top of the key here for the Tigers. Rolls on over, finds Amanda Hauser. Carly Milliken, this one at a high post. That one's just strong off the glass. Rebound hauled in by Tori Burns here for Essex. Throws this one over to Brooke Burns. This one throws up a floater. That one falls in. What a shot by Brooke Burns. Can't believe that one actually fell through. Carly Milliken transitions on over to Addison Adams. Whips this one down the floor to Carson Adams. Halts up, kicks out. Addison Adams pump fake, tries driving in, throws this one up. No foul call she was looking for. Carly Milliken trying with the putback. That goes out of bounds. Last touch by number 5, Brooke Burns. So it'll be Griswold basketball when they inbound. A lot happening there in just that short sequence of plays as Abby Gollinghorst checks in for Addison Adams. High lobbing pass to Carly Milliken. This one just high off the glass. Doesn't fall through. Kick out Amanda Hauser from downtown. Back of the iron. That's no good. Rebound here by the Trojans. Brooke Burns coming down the floor. She's got a little bit of swagger to her here. She tries a three. Knocks it down. What a shot by Burns. The swagger showing up just a little bit here as it's now just a 1-point lead on the C-Pro scoreboard for the Tigers. Bounce pass goes to Abby Gollinghorst. A takeaway. Another turnover here. Kylie Valdez comes down the floor. Has an open look. Throws this one up. That's no good. Rebound by Carly Milliken down low. And another timeout is going to be taken here by the Tigers. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll actually stick with you here to kind of break down a little bit of this competition because we've seen Essex break away here. 28-27 on that C-Pro scoreboard. Griswold still with the lead, but the defensive presence kind of vanishing here for the Tigers. We're just seeing shot after shot being knocked down by Essex. Brooke Burns really the favorite so far here. If I were her and I'm head coach Ryan Lockwood, I'd just double team her the entire time. I mean, if I'm Brooke Burns, I don't want to be double teamed, but it's maybe an aspect you kind of have to go with here because you got to go to the player who's hot, and right now her hand is hot. She's just shooting really well. It's almost a shooting frenzy that we're seeing from the senior. 3:46 left to go in the fourth quarter. Inbound to Carson Adams. A little bit of a press offered up by Essex. However, it's easily broken by Carson Adams. Kick out to Hauser. Tries looking to the top of the key. Carly Milliken. However, it's going to be on the outside. Carson Adams knocks in the three. That's kind of a big shot that you needed right there by Carson Adams. As Brooke Burns now back with the basketball here for Essex. Tries transitioning baseline. It's going to be a blocking foul. It's going to be a push down low, actually, is what they're going to call on Hauser. That's her fourth, and the Tigers' first here of the fourth quarter. 31-27 on the C-Pro scoreboard. Griswold still with the lead. Number 4, Ayla Valdez checks in. She'll go in for number 10, Kylie Valdez. Tori Burns inbounds. Touch up by Hauser as it rolls out of bounds. Good touch there by the freshman to be able to try to do something with it. Almost, it could have gotten another hand on it. Possibly could have been a turnover, but kind of a high one there for Hauser. I mean, she's 5'7". So a pretty tall player here for this Griswold team, but not able to do much of anything with it. Ayla Valdez makes a handoff here to Brooke Burns. Burns tries lobbing this one up. That's off the mark as that's just short of the iron. Just under 3 minutes left to go now here in the fourth quarter. Amanda Hauser bounce passes to Abby Gollinghorst. Loses that one, picked up by Tori Burns. Tries going down to Ayla Valdez. She just stops, throws that one up there. Tries to get her own rebound. Carly Milliken able to get the board. Throws on over to Hauser. Hauser transitions in. Kicks out Carly Milliken, top of the key. Rolls on over to the right. Scans the interior just a little bit. Bounce pass goes on over to Abby Gollinghorst. Stops short corner. This is a mid-range jumper. Foul is going to be called on number 3, Mariska Urchert. That'll be her second for Urchert. And the team's fourth now here. As we'll see Abby Gollinghorst to the line for the Tigers. Has not scored yet in the second half. Had 5 coming into the second half. As that one's just off the mark. Coming into this competition, she's just shooting 40% this season, as we'll see number 20, Josie Milliken, check in with 2:25 left to go. Griswold still with a 31-27 lead on the C-Pro scoreboard. Lead has not been broken yet in the second half, but surely has come close. And that one is a good one there, made by Abby Gollinghorst. That's her first point of the second half. As she'll check out here for the Tigers. See Addison Adams back here in this competition. Ayla Valdez with speed comes down the floor. Almost lost the basketball for a second. Kick on over. Deep three. Tori Burns off the back of the iron. And almost a fight down low as this one's going to be the winning battle by the Tigers as Ayla Valdez will get the foul. That'll be her 5th, so she'll foul out here tonight. 2 players already to foul out for Essex. Cindy Swain and Ayla Valdez. Valdez will finish the game with 4 points here tonight. Played a pretty good defensive effort. At the same time, a lot of reach-ins, to say the least, as she fouls out here. That's the 5th foul for the Trojans as well. So we'll see Carly Milliken at the charity stripe. 26.3% on the season coming into this game tonight. Hasn't been the most consistent free throw shooter in her career, but at the same time, she's trying to spread this lead out just a little bit. We'll see if she can do anything with it here. She currently has 8 points so far in this competition. Looks up for the second, and that one splashes on in. Goes 1 of 2 at the line. Substitution checks in here. Number 25, Riley Harrison for the Tigers with 2:13 left to go. So we'll see Brooke Burns come down the floor. This one, a deep 3 for Essex. That's off the mark, doesn't even touch the rim. As we'll see Harrison whip this one down the floor to Hauser. Tries with the right hand layup. It gets the foul call. Foul's going to be number 15, Peyton Taylor. Her 2nd. And Essex already over 5 fouls, now with 6. As we'll see Hauser go to the line. She's currently 1 of 6 at the charity stripe in this game. 2 minutes even left to go. This one just touches the front of the rim short. Thing about her is she doesn't really take much of her time at the free throw line. I like to see her take a dribble or two, kind of transition, just kind of focus on her shot. Just a freshman, so she gets a lot of pressure here, but really I kind of want to see her take a little bit more time. This is the 2nd one there. Josie Milliken able to get the rebound. Almost a travel call. Harrison able to try with the mid-range jumper. Hauser getting the rebound, kick out. Addison Adams from downtown. That one's missed off the mark. Josie Milliken almost getting the rebound. Touch last by Essex and goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tori Burns. Shot clock will reset because there was a minor change of possession. 1:46 will remain. Josie Milliken gets it into Abby Golinghorse. Looks at Addison Adams, right wing. Tries to look at top of the key, and it's a takeaway here by Brooke Burns. One-on-one opportunity, left-hand layup up there and in there for the senior. Brooke Burns has been the leading scorer for Essex here tonight, and a timeout is going to be taken by the Trojans. We'll take it with them. Currently 33-29 in the Seed Pro scoreboard. Griswold still with the lead. Be back in just 30.
When it comes to your investments, we know you have a choice. Hi.
Thinking about what you want to do in retirement can be fun, and planning for it doesn't have to be difficult. According to Money Guide Incorporated, only 3 out of 10 Americans have a financial plan, and 1/3 report they have no retirement savings. Financial planning is not just all about assets, investments, and net worth. It's about identifying your financial goals. Hi, I'm Erin Friend, a certified financial planner and registered investment advisor. We help you create a customized financial plan based on your expectations, financial situation, and goals. Please contact Mark Smith or me at 243-2466.
Zach Callens reminding that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Principal Financial Group. Principal Financial Group, Mark Smith and Aaron Friend. Minute 30 left to go here in this competition. Griswold currently up top 33-29 in the C Pro scoreboard. A tight game here in girls basketball action. We'll see what happens here in the next minute, 20 seconds. Hauser with a bounce pass to the far side, and the takeaway here is Harrison's not able to get it, but now another takeaway is Golinghorse is able to get that turnover. Bounce pass in the interior, right block. Hauser tries transitioning, rolls around the iron, doesn't fall through. Last touch as it goes out of bounds by Riley Harrison. Minute 7 left to work with. Sub checks in here for Essex, number 13, Ellis Sandel. As Griswold's offering up a 2-3 press. Kind of pushing up high, making sure that center line is protected. Now a takeaway here. Nice job there by Josie Milliken. Get a hand in there for the sophomore. Give a hand for the sophomore. Kick on over. Harrison knocks that one down. Mid-range jumper. Her first points of the night come at a crucial point of the game. Under a minute of action left to go. 35-29 the C Pro scoreboard. 6-point lead here for the Tigers. Kick out near side corner. Rolls on over is Kylie Valdez. Now deep 3, splash, knocked in by Brooke Burns. Left wing 3-pointer. Puts them just down by 3. And a full timeout is going to be taken by Essex. We'll take it with them. Give you a little bit of a break here. Kind of get a bit of a breather. 35-32 on the C Pro scoreboard. Griswold with the lead. We'll see you back here in just 30 seconds.
Are new gadgets in your household searching for better Wi-Fi coverage? Griswold Communications has you covered. No need to maintain a wireless router or Wi-Fi extender yourself when they will do it for a low monthly fee. They set it up, secure it, and maintain your wireless router. And Wi-Fi extenders can boost your signal in those hard-to-reach areas. Call Griswold Communications for more details. 712-778-2121.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
Welcome back here to Griswold High School. Reminding that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Ziegler with top-notch agriculture and construction equipment right in Atlantic. We've got a tight game here for you. 37.8 seconds left to go. 35-32 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Griswold with the lead in girls basketball action over Essex here tonight. Bounce pass goes up high. Harrison tries looking down low for Abby Gollinghorst. This one just strong off the glass. Rebound by Kircher down low, and a foul is going to be called on the Tigers. Actually, yes, it will be. It'll be on number 4, Abby Gollinghorst. For a second, I thought he pointed to the opposite side of the floor and thought, well, that's an interesting call, but correct call is made. Number 32, Carly Milliken checking in for her sister, number 20, Josie Milliken. 27.2 seconds left to go. They're giving it to the hot hand of Brooke Burns, and another foul is going to be called at the center line. Be number 4, Abby Gollinghorst once again. That's her third and the team's third. Griswold really shouldn't be giving up fouls here. They got to kind of wait later in this game. That's kind of the better portion to be able to do it here. Regardless, Essex with the basketball. Under 20 seconds left to go. Valdez to Tori Burns, gets it to Brooke Burns. Tap the key back to Tori Burns. Left wing three-pointer, just off the mark and short. Harrison able to get the rebound. Hauser gets almost a chop block, to say the least, across the neck. That one's going to be the call foul on number 5, Brooke Burns. That'll be her first. As we'll see Hauser go to the charity stripe. If you're Essex, this is the player you want. And Essex still has a chance here at this game if Hauser misses both. You're down by 3, 6.4 seconds left in the fourth. Hauser can't knock in the first. This one's kind of a big crucial one because it could change the name of the game here. Hauser looks for the second. Throws this one up. Knocks that one through. Hauser just made 2 free throws all night long. It's gone 2 of 12 at the charity stripe. And a timeout is called. It's a full one. We'll actually just stick with you here on 96.5 KSOM Western Iowa Today TV. Because, well, when you look at it, just 0.6 seconds left to go. 36-32 on that Seed Pro scoreboard. It's a 2-possession game, but what could happen is, Essex can come down the floor, throw up a 3, get fouled, go to the charity stripe, make one in. That'd be a heck of a way to continue this game even into overtime. But really, that's about the only possible way Essex has a chance of making it back in this game. Griswold, just nice job by Amanda Hauser to kind of clean things up, as well as Carly Milliken. She just had an excellent fourth quarter performance here for Griswold so far. I've liked the way that she's played. She's got a good tempo, good momentum going for her. It's a great defensive presence. She's had a couple of crucial takeaways here in which Essex almost looked like they had an easy opportunity, an easy lay-in or mid-range jumper that could fall through. But regardless, we'll see what happens here for the Trojans. Essex playing up high, no one deep, surprisingly. Inbound this one very short to Brooke Burns. Drives down the floor, just 2 seconds left, throws up a mid-range jumper that doesn't fall through. And Griswold is going to take the 36-32 victory. Tigers came into this game with a 2-game losing streak. Come out of it with a big win here over Essex. 36-32, your final score as the Tigers win here at home on Friday night. And a good look for them is, well, the break didn't satisfy them in their favor so far. They had 2 losses early after the break and now finally get back to their winning ways here at Griswold High School. Nice job for the Tigers as we'll break things down at our KSOM postgame show. but not just yet. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll see you back here in just a few moments on 96.5 KSOM and Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishtananet.
Newman Body Shop in Lyman is your only stop for total auto body repair. Newman handles everything from glass replacement, paint and wheel alignment, to complete auto restoration. For information on all the services Newman Body Shop offers, give them a call at 712-778-4428 or stop by Newman Body Shop on Tucson Road in Lyman. Newman Body Shop is a proud supporter of Griswold Tiger Sports.
At 2nd Street Auto, it's our mission to get you back on the road fast. And it all starts with free local towing. Want your back at the shop? We talk you through your car repair with a free and fair estimate. We do everything in-house so you know who's working on your car. Our Hercules tires come with free road hazard repair, free rotation for the life of the tires, and a free alignment check. And nobody can beat our transmission rebuild and repair experts. Brakes, tune-ups, oil changes, preventative maintenance, and service work make 2nd Street your first stop.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And we welcome you back here to Griswold High School. I'm Zach Collins as we enter our KSOM postgame show. A short one here as we've got a doubleheader with the boys following here in just a few moments. But to break down some of the scoring here tonight, the Griswold Tigers winning over the Essex Trojans 36-32 here at home this Friday night. Leading in scoring for the Tigers was Carly Milliken with 8 points. 3 players with 6 points here tonight. Addison Adams, Carson Adams, and Abby Gollinghorse. 3 players also with 2 points here tonight. Amanda Hauser knocked in 2. Riley Harrison and Brianna Tay also knocked in 2. Bristol Wyman just a little bit of time here on the floor tonight. Madison Rush also knocking in 2. And Josie Milliken just with 1 point here tonight. On the opposite end for the Essex Trojans, leading in scoring for them was Brooke Burns. She had 3 points in the first half, put 15 points down total here tonight, which marks for 12 points in the second half alone in this competition. Kylie Valdez knocked in 3 as Ayla Valdez knocked in 4. Mariska Kircher knocked in 4 as well. Cindy Swain with 3. And Tori Burns finished out this game with just 2 points here tonight. As, of course, we have to announce our player of the game, which is brought to you by Service Master by Rice in Atlantic, serving Southwest Iowa with comprehensive restoration services for your home or business with great rates without the wait. I'm not going to wait. I'm actually going to mention Brooke Burns is the player of the game here tonight. Yes, she's on the losing team, and typically it's not something that I do, but for Essex, she was phenomenal through the second half. Kept this game tight, pulled them back in here into the fourth quarter, and made fans really on the edge of their seat here tonight. I nominate her for the player of the game here for the girls basketball side of the floor. We'd like to thank you for sticking with us here on our short post-game show. We hope that you enjoyed that girls basketball game as we transition on over to the pre-game show for the boys basketball game here tonight between the 3 and 8 Essex Trojans, who are coached by Ray Lyles, and the home team, the 4 and 7 Griswold Tigers, who are coached by Matt Spanongo. Welcome to this quarter conference basketball matchup in boys basketball action between the Tigers and the Trojans. I'm Zach Collins as we're just about 12 minutes away from the opening tip-off as we start with our KSOM basketball pregame show on 96.5 KSOM and streaming live on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishtananet. Looking at these teams, especially when we take a look at Griswold, they've had a 51-42 loss of Fremont Mills early this week on Tuesday. Fremont Mills is a pretty good team this year in boys basketball action, so a pretty good game to see. They're out of the Tigers, but then they go to Lenox and lost 63-12 last night here at home, so not much of a good competition they're seeing on the opposite side for Lenox, but this is really a team that kind of is selfless with the basketball. So far this season, the Tigers are led by Peyton Cook, Bonnie Wyman, who averaged 12.7 and 11.4 points respectively. But at the same time, this is a Tigers team that likes to share the basketball a lot on the floor. Head coach Matt Spanongo really emphasized on that when I talked to him in our coaches interview, which we'll get to after the break here. But really kind of emphasized to me that he likes the sharing of the basketball with this team. He likes the ball movement. He really wants to see that continue, and they kind of transition some things over the break. So we'll kind of see how this quote-unquote new Griswold Tigers team plays here tonight. So it'll be interesting to see how this boys basketball matchup plays out here. But we're going to take a quick break. When we return, we'll be talking to Griswold head coach Matt Spinagle on our Coaches Show. Take a look at both Griswold and Essex. Get into some of the starting lineups to get you right into this game. Stay tuned. You're listening and watching the home of your team right here on 96.5 KSOM and streaming live on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishnanet.
When you walk your fields this spring, will each plant have emerged consistently? Ensure consistent emergence of every plant by managing residue, firming seed, and controlling downforce with precision planting upgrades for your planter so that every seed gives you return on investment and isn't left to chance. Transform your planter with Riggs Ag in Lewis and get the best stand you ever had. Call Jim Riggs at 712-254-2408 today.
At Outfitters Plus in Atlantic, you'll find all the latest in custom apparel and headwear. Head to Outfitters and work with the design pros to make your customized tees, team apparel, and personalized swag for your business a reality. Whether it's fan apparel for your high school or youth sports teams, your business, or you just want to make something your own, you'll have everyone saying, "Where'd you get that?" Don't forget, Outfitters will also add your group store online to make ordering a breeze. Get personalized at Outfitters Plus Outlet Store in Atlantic. Stop by today.
What's it mean to be in good hands? It means you get an expert agent who's in it for the long haul. We'll get to know you and be there for you as your coverage needs change. I'm Craig Hummel at Hummel Insurance Services, and we work with Allstate Insurance. Let us help you choose the right amount of protection to meet your needs, and see for yourself what it means to be in good hands. Call Hummel Insurance Services at 800-482-6426 or stop in anytime.
Anita Supply Center is here for you. From the big jobs to the small tasks, we're here to help. Hi, this is Kim with a reminder of our hours, so when you need our help, we're here. Anita Supply Center is open Monday through Fridays, 7 to 5, and Saturdays, 8 to 5. We're here 6 days a week for all of your building, landscaping, how-to projects, repairs, and more. We offer free in-home measurements, free estimates, and can help put your ideas together. Anita Supply Center is open 6 days a week for all your home improvement and building needs.
Global market access. Learn more at cooperativeownership.com.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And welcome to our Outfitters Plus Outlet Store Coaches Show. I'm Zach Collins, reminding you that Outfitters Plus is your home for personalized sports apparel right in Atlantic. We're here on our Coaches Show as I'm talking to head coach Matt Spinagle of the Griswold Tigers. Coach, how are you doing here today?
Very well. How are you?
Well, I get to call basketball here tonight, and, well, I'm more than excited to do that. So let's just get right into a few questions here. Just kind of talk to me about the team just in practices lately, especially just over the break.
You know, we had a really good break. Team came together. We did a little bit of some things away from the gym and, you know, hanging out wise the team did, and just really cleaning things up. We cut down our turnovers. We're going to be a battle for the second half.
Right, and just kind of looking at two players who really keep that battle going, Peyton Cook, Bodie Wyman, they've just been great in terms of your offensive catalyst so far this season. What keeps their numbers going forward? You know, being selfless with the ball. If you look even at the Heartland Christian game, Braden Lockwood had 15 points. We were pumping the ball inside and then kicking the ball back out. When the boys play as a team, the stats take care of themselves. And Peyton and Bodie both are very selfless with the ball. They get the team involved, and as long as they're moving and continuing in that direction, they're going to get their points. They're going to get their assists. They work hard. They work hard for rebounds. You know, they're guards, and they're getting scrappy with the ball, going after it, and that's what a coach asks for. And even looking at it too, I mean, what are some aspects you'd like to see out of your team, kind of in terms of adapting them in January? As we move on, I mean, you know, during Christmas break, we put a couple wrinkles in to our offense, and, you know, defensively as well, you know, because you have to change things up, because if it stays the same, then teams are gonna watch tape or watch film on you, and, you know, if you don't change things up, then it's too robotic. So the boys really worked hard over Christmas break for January and into February to have a different look and take care of the ball and win some basketball games. And you kind of mentioned a lot about selflessness with that basketball. How did that selflessness kind of show itself even over the break with your team in practice?
And that's something that we strive for, both myself and Coach Wallace, all the time. You know, it's not about being 5 individuals out on the basketball team. It's about being a team, one team, you know, and, you know, even though you might have that open shot that might be a 19-foot three-pointer, you know, there's somebody standing in on the weak side that might be open, you know, giving that look. And when you do that and you start looking at that next or that anticipation, that really opens things up for us offensively. And then on the defensive side, it's about playing help defense, you know, helping each other out. If you get beat, then, you know, the guy next to you is dropping down to help you out. And when you do that, that's where that team really starts to jive together. And when that happens, only good things happen.
And even kind of looking this week too, you've got quite a slate of games just right after the break. You've got one tonight, you got one on Thursday, one on Friday. We'll kind of focus on the game against Essex as we'll be covering that game for you guys. They're a team with 2 double-digit scores. You got 2 games in the meantime. So how did those 2 games kind of prepare you for Friday?
You know what? I think it's great that we have Fremont Mills tonight. We have Lenox on Thursday, Essex on Friday. If you look at the stats of all 3 of those teams, they are very comparable with one another.
Right.
As far as they all have scores, you know, it's about playing sound defense, playing selfless basketball, which results into team play. As long as we take care of the ball and we take care of each other, we're going to be fine against anybody.
Well, Coach, I hope that you can pull out a win here tonight against a very good Essex team. Should be a really fun matchup. So good luck to you and your boys here tonight.
Awesome. Thank you for your time and opportunity.
And that was Griswold boys basketball head coach Matthew Spinango right here on the Outfitters Plus Outlet Store Coaches Show. Your home for personalized sports apparel right in Atlantic. We're going to take a quick break on our KSOM pregame show before we get right back into the action for the starting lineups, and hopefully the tip-off of the contest will follow shortly after. We'll see you back here on 96.5 KSOM.
When your home or business has been affected by water, fire, smoke, or mold, and you don't know what to do next, we do. From one room to multiple levels, we can do it all while working with you and your insurance company. Service Master by Rice is your local experts for residential and commercial restoration, offering emergency services 24/7, 365. To set up services, call 712-243-5373 with phones answered 24/7. Service Master by Rice serves all of Western Iowa.
Are you ready to be part of something bigger? I'm Myron Stein, president of Stein Seed Company. We're seeking exceptional individuals like you to join our team as independent sales representatives. If you're passionate about agriculture, ready to make a difference, and want unlimited earning potential, join the Stein team as an ISR. To learn more about open positions near you, contact your local Stein RSA, Darren Petty, at area code 712-249-5884.
With things winding down for the year, it's time to stock up on genuine AGCO parts and service at Ziegler Ag Equipment. Get OEM, rigorously tested, genuine AGCO parts made with superior quality materials in stock whenever you need them. Don't delay. Get your machines serviced now and hit the ground running in 2024. Stop by your local Ziegler Ag Equipment today to learn more.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And we welcome you back in here to our KSOM pregame show. I'm Zach Collins here on our KSOM pregame show for the boys basketball game. Just about 2 minutes for the opening tip-off. I was able to talk with head coach Matt Spinango just earlier this week before they played Fremont Mills and even before they played Lenox. He had kind of a different outlook when I kind of talked to him a little bit when I was getting some of these starting lineups there. Just kind of said to me, hey, we just want to score here tonight, and that's kind of the big aspect. They've only got 6 players here tonight for Griswold, so kind of a different aspect of a team as well that we haven't seen too much overall with different teams. So Griswold, it could be an interesting one here tonight. So players got to watch who they foul, where they foul, and definitely what time they're fouling at. So if they do it late, kind of different. If they do it early, well, it's going to be kind of a different aspect and a different look here tonight. So we'll get into some of the starting lineups, of course. We'll start with the Essex Trojans. They're co-head coached by Riley's and Seth Ward here in this competition tonight. Number 0, Caden Peeler will be starting here tonight, the senior guard, averages around 5.9 points per game. Number 4, Isaiah Scholes, 11.9 points per game, 11.4 rebounds per game, averages a double-double each competition. Quentin Veneta, the senior center, 6.7 points per game, 9.7 rebounds per game. Number 13, Johnny Resch, 11.8 points per game, 4.5 rebounds per game. And number 35, Tony Racine, averaging 11 points and 11 rebounds per game. So kind of even scoring distribution throughout, seeing a couple players with 11 points, a lot of double-double averages for that team. On the opposite end here for the Griswold Tigers, who are coached by Matthew Spinago, assisted by Chase Wallace. They're led by number 0, Bodie Wyman, 11.9 points per game, 5 rebounds per game. Peyton Cook, the 5'11" junior guard, 12.8 points per game, will be starting here tonight. Number 15, Braden Lockwood, the 6' sophomore forward, averaging around 3.6 points, 3.9 rebounds per game. Number 22, Hogan Hook, the 6'3" junior center, around 6.8 points, 7.1 rebounds per game. And number 23, Zane Johnson, the 6' junior forward, 3.9 points and 4.7 rebounds per game this season. The only other player here that will be playing for Griswold tonight will be number 25, Calvin Turner. And he's the only other player who can see the floor here tonight. We're not going to see Auden Wilson or Wyatt Silk or even Connor Bowers. So kind of an interesting aspect to look at here tonight for this Griswold team. It'll be very interesting to see how things play out late in this game, especially for this team. And when I talked to him, he had a full roster pretty much earlier this week, and now it's been kind of diminished as the week has gone on. So the break not favoring the Tigers already early here, but at the same time, Essex and Griswold, they've got a heck of a history, to say the least. Griswold leads 12-2 over Essex in this series. Griswold won the first meeting on December 11, 2007, 70-60, and they won the last meeting 58-51 on February 7, 2023. Mike Collins' call here tonight, not knowing that there are going to be so many players out, but I still trust Griswold to be able to finish this competition. Griswold 44, Essex 38 is Mike Collins' call here tonight. Griswold is ranked 98th in Class 1A, and on the opposite end, we're seeing Essex ranked 115th in Class 1A overall, 316th overall, 291st for Griswold overall in the state of Iowa. So two teams that are pretty evenly ranked, even when you look down the line. I mean, 98th and 115th aren't too big according to GoBound, and when you kind of look at that power index, there's a little bit of things that fluctuate throughout it. So, hey, we'll see how things play out here tonight. It'll be interesting to see here for the Tigers, but when I talked to head coach Matt Spinago, he said, well, you just need 5 players on the floor. 1 foul's out. I got 6. If not, we'll go down to 4. We'll see how it goes here tonight. So, could be an interesting game to say the least. Griswold in their white home uniforms. Looks to be solid blue trim and solid blue lettering. Essex in their away red uniforms with white trim and black lettering. Definitely like these Essex uniforms. It's almost kind of a throwback style at the top. A little bit of a shoulder stripe as well as just a stripe going down as this opening tip-off immediately goes out of bounds. So, well, that's a heck of a way to start off a basketball game. Griswold will start off with the possession out of bounds. No time will even go off the clock as, well, Griswold starts off and going right to left. Essex from left to right. As Quentin Veneta just swiped that one out of bounds to start off this competition as we're underway here at Griswold High School. Zane Johnson made a kick. Yeah, this one up and in for Hogan Hook. Nice to see him getting something down on the board. Hogan Hook, a pretty good player so far this season. I like how he played in the last game we saw against Missouri Valley. This one's going to be just high for Racine. As Griswold will take over here. Bodie Wyman whips this one on over to Hogan Hook. Swipes that one back on over to the far side of the floor to Johnson. Jump stops, scans, looks in the interior to Hook. Throws this one up on a floater. That's no good. Rebound hold in by Scholes for Essex. Veneta looks to Racine. Tries this jump shot. That's no good. It will be a shooting foul, however, called on the Tigers. Be number 15, Braden Lockwood, called for his first and the team's first of the quarter. 7:12 left to go here in this first quarter competition. Currently a 2-0 lead for the Tigers on the Seed Pro scoreboard. As number 35, Tony Racine at the charity stripe, knocks in the first. came into this game just 13 of 36 on the season. It's now Knox 14 of 37. Just currently under 37% overall from the charity stripe. Looks for the second, and that one doesn't fall through as he splits the pair. But he knocks in his first point here tonight for Essex. Ball goes out of bounds as the Tigers were transitioning quickly on the other side of the floor. As number 23, Zane Johnson will inbound this one on the far sidelines. Gets it into Peyton Cook in between front court right side. Whips it on over to Zane Johnson once again on the left wing. Transitions over, gets it to Hook. Looks top of the key to Cook. This one from downtown. That's just short. Rebound by Vanetta. Essex slowing things up just a little bit here. Caden Peeler with the pass on over to the far side of the wing to Raish. Now contained on the near wing by Racine. Top of the key back to Peeler. Lob pass goes on over to Raish as we almost saw Vanetta just trying to get a hand in there once again. Excuse me, that was Scholas to get a hand in there. Peeler top of the key. Kick on over now by Raish. Looks to Peeler. Swings on over. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Pass in the interior to Scholas. Gets triple team. Kicked out. Peeler top of the key. Three-pointer. That one's very strong off the glass. Hook able to haul on that board. 6:15 left to go in the first quarter. Still a 2-1 lead here for the Tigers on the C-Pro scoreboard. Look interior. This one up and just off the mark by Hook, and he gets blocked away down low by Vanetta. What a block, to say the least, by the senior. If I'm Hook, I'm using the backboard next time, not just whipping it up there and just hoping it falls through. Peeler top of the key. Swings on over to Raish. Kick in the near corner. Look on the inside, and a reach-around foul is going to be called on Hogan Hook. That's going to be his first and the team's second. 2 early fouls here for the Tigers. Not something you want to see out of a team with just 6 players here tonight. Essex to inbound. Nice touch by Braden Lockwood. As we saw Raish try to go inbound high. Braden Lockwood getting a hand up there. And at 6 foot, definitely has a pretty big wingspan there for the sophomore, as this one's touched out of bounds once again. Try to get it into Quentin Vanetta. Now trying to inbound once again. Johnny Raish gets it to Scholas. Kick on. Raish, mid-range jumper, short corner. That one just air balls, but could be counted as a pass. It was blocked away. Scholas tried it for the shot. Hook looked like he got a touch on it, as Peyton Cook now contains the basketball. Stops, kicks out. Rolls around, now contained by Wyman. In between the circles. Under 5:30 left to go in the first quarter. Wyman drives, tries looking on the inside. Is this going to be a turnover? Takeaway here for Raish. Raish drives down low baseline, tries touching that one up there. That one just air balls. Looks like he was trying to draw a foul, but nice shot by Griswold. Just kind of keep hands off, let him fall to the floor and take it away from him. Peyton Cook from downtown, splash! Uncontested three-point shot. That's not a player you want to leave open. Shooting 35.9% from the three this season. He's now 24 of 65 as this one's another turnover here. Essex just can't control the basketball. Wyman drives down the floor. The reversal up and in. He's going coast to coast, taking everything with him. And a good start here for Griswold. And a timeout early taken. It's a full one. We'll take it with them. We'll see you right back here as Griswold leads 7-1 on the C-Pro scoreboard. See you back in just a few moments.
Make sure you're getting the best coverage for you at the most competitive rate. Hi, this is Nick Carnes with Brocker Carnes & Carnes. We are an independent insurance agency that offers coverage for your home, auto, life, farm, and everything in between. But mostly we are here to help. As an independent agency, we can shop around for the best rates and coverages from multiple companies. Stop by one of our offices or go to brockercarnes.com for a quote on your insurance. Let Brocker Carnes & Carnes help you get the best coverage at a competitive rate.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And we jump back into this game as it's another turnover here for the Tigers. Wyman tries driving, loses control of the basketball, and it's going to eventually be picked up here now by the Trojans, Johnny Raish. Wearing number 13 here tonight. He could be wearing number 13 or 20, according to GoBound. 20 is, I guess, his away uniform as Essex tries looking in the interior. Nice job by Tony Racine. Just quick jump stop up and in. Able to put it at 7-3 now on the C-Pro scoreboard. Wine with a look on over to the far side of Johnson to the right wing. Johnson scans for just a moment, looks on over. Peyton Cook from the far corner. That's no good. Hook with the rebound. Airballs that attempt. He's got to utilize that backboard. Square's there for a reason. A lot of players just try to make the beautiful draining shot, but doesn't always end up in a good way as this one's inside, up, and in. Nice job there by Isaiah Scholas as he's able to knock down a couple of points here. Now 7-5 on the C-Pro scoreboard. Another takeaway here. Tony Racine, mid-range jumper. Doesn't fall through, just out the back of the iron. A little strong. Wyman tried to go with the basketball. Last touch as this one goes out of bounds. Griswold, after that timeout, looking like an entirely different team. But at the same time, we're also seeing Essex look like an entirely different team themselves. Number 25, Wade Schullis checking in. As they're offering up a 3-2 press here. Wyman with a chuck on over. As Johnson continues up the floor. Johnson one-on-one, stops in the near block as this one's touched away once again. Another turnover here for the Tigers. Roll on in. This one's a touch away. Racine just a little bit too far from the basket to try with the underhand lob. Peyton Cook trying with a quick transition. Kicks it to Bodie Wyman. Now Cook, far corner, three-point attempt. Once again, that's off the mark. Last touch here by Essex as it goes out of bounds. Johnny Raish getting that last touch there for the Trojans. You'll see number 10, Caden Buick check in for Essex. 3 minutes even left to go. 7-5 lead for the Tigers in the Seed Pro scoreboard in the first quarter of action. Peyton Cook now to Bodie Wyman. Deep three from the left wing is good. Bodie Wyman can put a yardstick in between him and that three-point line, and, well, wouldn't even matter. Knocked that one in. Now 10-5 in the Seed Pro scoreboard. 5-point lead now for the Tigers. Inside look here for Essex. Scholas, he can't knock that one through. Rebound underneath by Quentin Veneta as he's able to put that one up and in and get the N1. Foul's going to be a number 15, Braden Lockwood, his second already. Team's third of the first quarter. Veneta adding on his first points here tonight as we'll see number 2, Kaden Robinette checks in. And we'll see for the Tigers, number 25, Calden Turner, the only other player who could check in here tonight for Griswold in the game. Veneta this season, 13 of 30 from the free throw line. 43.3% to be exact. As this one doesn't fall through, can't finish off the three-point play. That's a nice job by Hook to just get the quick rebound and pitch out. Tigers try to throw out once again. It's going to be touched by a hand of a Trojan, so it won't be a backcourt violation. Good call there by the officials. Good look by the officials as you saw them kind of look at each other down the floor. Wyman with a deep three. That one doesn't fall through on the far side. Rebound here by the Trojans as this one's going to be lost and goes out of bounds. Veneta and the official almost getting a little tangled up there for a second as Veneta tried to save the basketball. Regardless, the official was in okay positioning. It was just the pass that was off the mark. 10-7 on the C-Pro scoreboard. 2:08 left to go here in the first quarter of action. Peyton Cook swings out over the far side to Johnson. Tries looking to Hook at the high post. Back to, on the opposite end, Turner. That one couldn't fall through as Robinette gets the rebound for Essex. Tries looking down the floor to Caden Buick as he's going to roll on out. Quick pass to the interior to Veneta. Doesn't fall through as it's back off the iron. Rebound hauled in by the Trojans and a jump ball called. Wade Schullis getting that rebound. 1:47 left to go here in the first quarter. 10-7 lead, 3-point lead for the Tigers on the C-Pro scoreboard. Essex to inbound as Buick gets it on in to Veneta. He takes a deep three in the near corner, looks on in, down low. That's no good. Down low by Racine. Try and tapped once again. Another rebound. Put back Racine. Finally knocks that one in. Tigers need to figure out something here in terms of their defensive strategy. 10-9 on the C-Pro scoreboard. Full timeout called by Matthew Spanango and the Tigers. They lead by 1 on the C-Pro scoreboard. We'll take a quick break. See you back here in just 30 seconds on 96.5.
At Outfitters Plus in Atlantic, you'll find all the latest in custom apparel and headwear. Head to Outfitters and work with the design pros to make your customized tees, team apparel, and personalized swag for your business a reality. Whether it's fan apparel for your high school or youth sports teams, your business, or you just want to make something your own, you'll have everyone saying, "Where'd you get that?" Don't forget, Outfitters will also add your group store online to make ordering a breeze. Get personalized at Outfitters Plus Outlet Store in Atlantic. Stop by today.
or me at 243-2466.
Member SIPC.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
We welcome you back in here to Griswold High School. I'm Zach Collins for this boys basketball action as it's currently 10-9 on the C-Pro scoreboard. Minute 33 left to go in the first quarter of action as Griswold leads by 1. Foul is going to be called immediately after the inbound by the Tigers. It's going to be called on the Trojans. I think it was number 10 they're going to call it, Caden Buick. I thought it was going to be number 2, Caden Rabinet. As this one's going to go inbounds, it goes right to the hands of Veneta of Essex. Trying looking down low, Rabinetta. And now they're going to pull this one back out. Looks to have the key to Buick. Bounce pass in the interior to Veneta. This one's lost on the interior. Pulled on in by Hook. Bounce pass goes to Johnson. Kick here to Wyman as he crosses the timeline. Nice sequence of events, to say the least, there by the Tigers. Able to kind of pull out of some sticky situations. Johnson tries going for the shot. Not only does he get blocked, he gets fouled at the same time. Foul's going to be number 5, Quentin Veneta. That'll be his first. And the team's second. Looks like pretty much it was a clean block, but after the block came down on top of him, so he's going to get the foul. Don't know if in terms it should be a shooting foul, to say the least, because it was after the block. The block was applied. It was after the shot. But at the same time, Johnson goes to the line, knocks in the first. He's 5 of 12 on the season coming in here tonight. Knocks in the second. Make that 7 of 14, now 50%. That's the kind of math I can do. Can't do the point percentage, but we can at least get to that standpoint. Veneta inside look pass. Nice up and in by Wade Schullis. But an even better look, it was kind of a behind-the-back pass as Hogan Hook is able to pull this one in. Johnson kicks this one on over to Turner. Now back top of the key, Peyton Cook. Tosses one over to Hogan Hook. Brings it around as Zane Johnson tries transitioning in. It's lost underneath the basket by Wade Schullis. Going down low now is Buick. Looks at Veneta, up and in. Veneta was trying to look for the lob up so he could go in either for possibly a dunk, but probably would have just been a high layup and in. But at the same time, with 17.8 seconds left to go, clock stopped a little bit later than I thought it would after the initial whistle. Foul is going to be called on number 2, Caden Rabinetta. That'll be his first and the team's third. Both teams with 3 fouls here in the first quarter. 12-13 on the Seed Pro scoreboard as Essex has the lead over the Tigers. Their first lead here tonight. Wyman with the kick on over. Takeaway here now by Tony Racine. He's got a one-on-one opportunity. Goes up. That one just off the mark. Touch away. Rebound. Pulled on in. Up and in for Wade Schullis. What a sequence of a turn this has been here in the first quarter. 15-12 at the end of the first. Essex leads over the Tigers. We've got a heck of a game for you here, so stay tuned on 96.5 KSOM and live streaming on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishanet.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
Stopping into Iowa Western Cass County Center to change your future today.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And we welcome you back here to Griswold High School. I'm Zach Collins. We're going to pause for 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to 96.5 KSOM.
Playing your kind of country. 96.5 KSOM, Audubon, Atlantic, Red Oak, Harlan.
And we're back in action here in the second quarter. 15-12 lead on the Seed Pro scoreboard as Griswold is down by 2 as a deep shot is no good by Zane Johnson of the Tigers. Kick on over now back to Johnson left wing. Peyton Cook in the near corner. Throws it on over to Wyman. Down the far side, Lockwood gets it to Hook on the interior. Tries fighting up and in for the N1. What a play for Hogan Hook. Just whipped it up there, kind of a fadeaway jumper. Foul is going to be called on number 4, Isaiah Schullis. That'll be his first and the team's first of the second quarter. As Hook goes to the line, can't finish off the three-point play. He was just 40% of the charity stripe coming in here tonight. As Essex will take over with Racine. Kick out to Peeler. Now look on over to Schullis as he can't knock that one down. Isaiah Schullis, to say the least. As Peyton Cook will come down the floor, kicks to Wyman in the near wing. Wyman bounce pass to the opposite side to Lockwood. Tries throwing up a shot. That one's hard off the glass. Vanetta able to haul on the rebound. It's going to be a reach-around foul called on Lockwood. And those are the fouls that you can't have, especially that one. I mean, yes, he's going for the rebound, but Vanetta clearly grabbing it up high. Brought it a little bit down low, but Lockwood already with 3 fouls here tonight. Griswold just with 1 player on the bench. That player's Calvin Turner. He's seen a little bit of him here so far tonight in the first quarter. Currently on the bench here for the start of the second. Pump fake, Racine tries driving this one up. Vanetta getting the rebound, put back up and in. 6 points currently here for the senior tonight. Pass to Wyman, nice job here on this press break so far for the Tigers. They've been able to break it just about every time. Kick out this one, deep 3, splash! Zane Johnson knocks that one down. 5 points now for the junior. Griswold still not offering much of a press. Just kind of focusing on their defensive presence so far here tonight. Caden Peeler, top of the key, swings it on over to Racine. Pump fake drive into tap tie off the glass, falls through just as it tips around the iron. 7 points for the senior here tonight. Currently 19-17 on that Seed Pro scoreboard. It's been back and forth action as Essex currently leads. Wyman at the left wing. Scans the interior, looks in the near corner, finds Zane Johnson. Tries looking in the interior to Hogan Hook. That one falls through on the short corner attempt. Nothing but net. 6 points for Hook. Transition quick by Raish as that one doesn't fall through. Goes out of bounds. It's going to be last touch by a Tiger. As we'll see Caden Ramadetta check back in. And I mean, Quentin Vanetta, they didn't have the heights listed on GoBound, but I'm going to take it that Vanetta's a little bit over 6'2" on the average. I'd say maybe about 6'3", 6'4" here tonight. Pretty big player to kind of match up down low against Hogan Hook, who's 6'3", and kind of comparing the two, it almost looks like Vanetta is a little bit taller. So, and Hook definitely is 6'3" when you see him out there on the floor. Inbound pass goes Isaiah Schullis, and Vanetta puts a putback with the spin around move. There is a play of the night, or a shot of the night, if you want to say the least. That's definitely the one right there by Vanetta. 21-19 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. 5:34 left to go here in the second quarter. Essex still leads in this competition. Wyman bounce pass, swing on over to Peyton Cook. Kicks it on the near corner to Johnson. Johnson transitions over the perimeter, swings over to Wyman. Now looks on over to Peyton Cook. Back to Wyman with the lob pass. Tries driving in, throws this one up, almost an underhand look. Hook almost getting the rebound, but can't there. And a turnover here, once again, almost for a second there it looked to be. Peyton Cook playing good defense and stopped the momentum of Tony Racine as he's coming down the floor with speed and power, to say the least. Racine at the left wing. Throws that up, top of the key to Tony Raish. Down the near side. Top of the key once again to Raish. Receives a screen, kind of a delayed screen to say at least. High post jumper, that's just short. Lockwood able to haul on the rebound as he hands it over to Wyman. 4:50 left to go. Still a 2-point lead on the Seed Pro scoreboard for Essex. Deep 3, Peyton Cook is just short. Isaiah Schullis able to get the rebound. As you can see, both teams kind of slowing up the pace here. It was kind of quick tempo in the first quarter, a little bit into the second. Now it's kind of a slow pace. We'll probably see that throughout the remainder of this first half. Mid-range jumper Racine. That doesn't fall through as it goes up the back of the iron. And a jump ball will be called underneath the hoop. It'll stay with Essex. As the Trojans will bring in number 0, Caden Peeler, and number 10, Caden Buick. So both Cadens checking in here with 4:24 left to go for Essex. Inbound Vanetta. Swings on around. Peeler, not contained by Buick. Left wing, splash, knocks that one in for 3. Just a fadeaway 3, kind of walked away. Already knew it was going to fall through. Johnson, interior look here to Lockwood. Now Hook throws that one up and in as it just rolls on in, touches the front of the rim, and, well, favors Hook in that case. Just back and forth action, 3-point lead here for Essex, and a block by Hook. It's going to be called a shooting foul by Hook. Thought it was clean. But regardless, Hook will offer up his second foul here for the Tigers. Team's second foul, and we'll see number 10, Keaton Buick, go to the line for 2. So far this season, just 50%, 3 of 6. And make that 3 of 7. He's got one more, however, with 3:53 left to go. They're over halfway into the second quarter of action. Buick underhands this one as that one's missed. Honestly, I haven't seen that in a high school game, I don't think, in maybe 4 years. So that might be one of the first things I've seen in a long time. I'm almost speechless here, but Robinetta is going to be called for the foul for Essex. That'll be his second, the team's second. That's a new one for me, got to say the least. Wyman throws this shot up there, it rolls around the rim, it's miss, and Essex, that one just goes out of bounds. Man, it's a lot of firsts here tonight for both sides of the floor in both girls and boys basketball action. Wyman trying to work with a little bit here for the Tigers. This one passed in the near wing to Zane Johnson. Tries looking in the interior, and another takeaway here for Essex. Buick drives, throws this one up, and it's going to be a blocking foul by Wyman. It'll be his first and the team's third. As we'll see number 00, Caden Peeler, go to the line. And every time I have a player who's 00 on my spreadsheet, I never can enter in 2 zeros. It always corrects it to 0. If anyone can ever answer why it does that for me, I'd love to know. I've even programmed it to where I could put 00 in there, and it still doesn't let me. So, first one's missed at the charity stripe, 24-21. But he makes in the second, splits the pair. Offers up his first point of the night. As Peyton Cook will cross the timeline. Whip on over to Zane Johnson. Kick to Wyman, now to Lockwood. Puts this one off the glass, it's just strong. Isaiah Schultz gets the rebound. As we'll see a slowed up pace here once again for Essex. It seems to really favor them so far in this competition. Peeler tries throwing that one up there. Airball Veneta just stepping out of bounds. Man, that was close. Might have been just a toe touch out of bounds. Those are the ones you see in football action where you're just out of bounds. You think your team's got the reception, and, well, in that case, you thought you had the basketball and thought you could keep the possession in your favor, and, well, it doesn't in that case. Johnson near side of the corner, three-pointer. That's no good. Rebound, put back, Hogan Hook. Now with 10 points here tonight. He's been a dominant force down low. Just a 2-point deficit in this game, 25-23 in the C-Pro scoreboard. Essex currently on top, 2:35 left to go in this game. Assuming in this first half, not the game in its entirety. Still got a lot of basketball for you here. Whip on over, turnover, Wyman. He's got a 1-on-2 opportunity, tries putting that one up. Foul is going to be called, it's going to be pushed behind the back. Official kind of came down the floor quickly. It's going to be number 2, Caden Ravenetta, that'll be his third. And the team's third. And you can even see the Trojan bench kind of looking disfigured, to say the least, as they didn't even anticipate a foul being called. I think Essex just kind of with a little bit of a touch at the back gets the foul call as Wyman misses the first at the line, shooting 64.7% at the charity stripe. See number 25, Wade Schultz, check in for number 4, Isaiah Schultz for Essex. 2:23 still left to go here in the second quarter. Wyman, that one doesn't fall through either, but a rebound by Zane Johnson tries throwing that one up, and another foul on the shot as they'll go to the line for 2. Giving on 00, Caden Peeler, his first, team's fourth. Griswold with 3 fouls here in the second quarter. Essex with 4. Lots of fouls early here in this competition tonight. Only player really in foul trouble is number 15, Brandon Lockwood, with 3 for Griswold. That one rolls around, doesn't fall through for Zane Johnson, who's 5 of 12 coming into this competition tonight. But at the same time, now 7 of 15, make it 7 of 16. Can't knock that one down either. 2:20 left to go here in the second. Peeler trying to get this one on over to Buick. Almost a takeaway here as Wyman gets this one. A one-on-one opportunity. Misses it for a second as he misses a shot attempt. Picks up his own rebound. Goes on over to the right wing. Three-point attempt. That's just short. Wyman getting his own rebound once again. Payne Cook swings it to Wyman. Now transition here. Takeaway here by Buick. Tries left-hand layup. That's no good with the right hand. Wyman able to haul on that rebound as it's another takeaway here by Peeler. Jump stop. Put off the glass. Too strong. Peeler with his own rebound once again. Takeaway here from Johnson, as that's going to be finally out of bounds, and a sequence of events, to say the least, happening there. As it was just back and forth the entire time there for a second. Kind of didn't know what to anticipate was going to happen. Inbound pass goes here. That one's a missed shot attempt there by Raish. Rebound for the Tigers is Peyton Cook with the basketball. Throws on over to the near wing, contained by Johnson. Lob in the interior to Hook. Throws on over to Cook, now to Johnson, top of the key. Underhand pass to Lockwood. That's a miss attempt high off the iron. Last touch by Hogan Hook as that one goes out of bounds. Essex will take over here with 1:22 left to go in the second quarter. Still a 2-point lead here for Essex, 25-23 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Trojans trying to work with a little bit here with Caden Buick. Hands this one off to Racine, drives in, gets a foul call on the shot. You can see head coach Matthew Spinagle kind of putting his hands up, saying you got to block rather than reach in. Foul's going to be called on number 22, Hogan Hook, his third. Team's fourth here in the second quarter. This is exactly what you didn't want to see out of the Tigers here in this game, as this one's knocked in by Racine for the first. It's really just all these foul calls. We see number 25, Calden Turner, check in for a Hook. Still minute 11 left to go, so at least it's not early in the second quarter that they're making all these fouls. But 2 players already in foul trouble here for Griswold. Racine looks for the second and splits the pair. Rebound, put back. That one's no good, but another put back by Veneta is, as he's now got 10 points on the night. Minute remains here in this competition. Kick on over to Turner in the far corner, and a takeaway here by Essex. A lost basketball pulled in by Peyton Cook. Tries dribbling at the baseline. Every dribble's just out of bounds on the line. Almost a takeaway there for the Tigers, and almost a takeaway initially by the Trojans in that case. 50.7 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Essex to inbound. Caden Buick on that far baseline. Throws that one on into Racine at the left wing. Tries looking in the interior. Isaiah Scholas puts up a shot and gets fouled. And that one's going to be on number 15, Braden Lockwood. Already his 4th foul here tonight. That's when you got to play clean defense. Keep your arms up. Don't reach in. And, well, Griswold kind of likes the reaching game. We've seen it so far here tonight. We see it in the foul total, as that one's missed at the line for number 4, Isaiah Scholas. Came in tonight 11-23 in the season, now 11-24. Puts this one up for the second. That one doesn't fall through either. Touch away there by Lockwood. Gets it to Wyman, as he'll cross the timeline with just under 40 seconds left to go here in this competition in the first half. Johnson looks in the interior to Lockwood. Gets almost triple teamed away. Looks at Johnson as this one's thrown out of bounds. He was thrown to Turner as that one goes out of bounds. Johnson was in the vicinity. It's almost when you look at them from the back, they kind of look very similar. I'll have to just kind of look at the shoes a little bit to kind of differentiate between the two. Very different shoe style, to say the least there. Puts a pump fake up, and that one doesn't fall through by Johnny Raish. Now just 15 seconds under left to go here. Shot clock turned off in the rest of the first half. Payne Cook looks at Zane Johnson. Near corner from downtown's no good. Isaiah Scholas with the rebound. 1 second remains. Veneta, last second three, no good. And that's going to end the first half of action. Still a very tight game here. Griswold currently down by 5, 28-23 on that Seed Pro scoreboard. We're going to break things down here at our KSOM halftime show, but not before we take a break. We'll see you back here on 96.5 KSOM and Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishanet, in just a few moments.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
If authentic Mexican food is what you're craving, then come on into Rancho Grande in Atlantic. We're more than just tacos and margaritas, but we do make the best of both. We have appetizers, beef, chicken, seafood dishes, and desserts. Mixed drinks, wine, imported and domestic beers are on the menu too. Dine in or relax on the patio with family, friends, date night, or a quick stop before or after the game. Open 7 days a week. You'll be able to fill in your cravings of authentic Mexican food at Rancho Grande in Atlantic.
Thinking about what you want to do in retirement can be fun, and planning for it doesn't have to be difficult. According to Money Guide Incorporated, only 3 out of 10 Americans have a financial plan, and 1/3 report they have no retirement savings. Financial planning is not just all about assets, investments, and net worth. It's about identifying your financial goals. Hi, I'm Erin Friend, a certified financial planner and registered investment advisor. We help you create a customized financial plan based on your expectations, financial situation, and goals. Please contact Mark Smith or me at 243-2466.
Member SIPC.
At 2nd Street Auto, it's our mission to get you back on the road fast. And it all starts with free local towing. Once you're back at the shop, we talk you through your car repair with a free and fair estimate. We do everything in-house so you know who's working on your car. Our Hercules tires come with free road hazard repair, free rotation for the life of the tires, and a free alignment check. And nobody can beat our transmission rebuild and repair experts. Brakes, tune-ups, oil changes, preventative maintenance, and service work make 2nd Street your first stop.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com, you're listening to KSOM Sports.
And we welcome you back here to Griswold High School. I'm Zach Callenzo as we enter our KSOM halftime show. As if you're watching the video live stream on Western Iowa Today TV, you can see the floor is covered with yellow shirts, to say the least, as they've got a whole dance crew out here. It's one heck of a performance, to say the least, here at Griswold tonight, as we got a packed house for this boys basketball game. If you're just joining us here, it's 28-23 on the Seed Pro scoreboard, as Essex currently leads over the Tigers. And the Tigers in a little bit of foul trouble. They've only got 6 players here tonight, and 2 players already with, one player with 4 fouls, 1 player with 3 fouls. Braden Lockwood goes into halftime with 4 fouls already in this game. Hogan Hook with 3 fouls in this competition so far. So it could be a big difference in to see how this game plays out, because one stop here for Griswold. When I talked to head coach Matt Spinago, he just said, you know what? If it comes down to 4, we'll play with 4. And, well, if you're an official, you just kind of let them play half the time and just, well, see how it goes. I mean, 5 versus 4, it's not like you're giving Essex any kind of opportunity or any kind of advantage at that point. So we'll see how things play out here, but we're going to break down some of the stats of this competition so far. As number 22, Hogan Hook leads the Tigers in points, scored with 10 so far here tonight. Came into this game just averaging around 6.8 points per game, but definitely was the dominant force the last time I saw him against Missouri Valley. And really, when I take head coach Matt Spinago, it kind of looks like a different player coming out of this game. I mean, really, not out of this game, but really kind of out of the break. Kind of impressed him in practice, but all these players really impressed him in practice. A lot of them are just stepping up here. Bodie Wyman really stepping up. 5 points here tonight. St. Johnson, 5 points here tonight. Made 2 crucial free throws and made it into 3. Really, this game has been able to be kept tight by just 5 points here. And Peyton Cook offering up another 3 points here tonight. So we're seeing the starters kind of knocking some points here. Braden Lockwood had 2 good looks that I could recall from, and actually looked pretty good down the line. So we'll kind of see how that plays out for the Tigers. If a couple more players can just put in a couple more points, really just kind of push up their defensive effort. and just stop fouling. It's just really the reaching game that's been killing Griswold in the foul game so far. So we'll see how that kind of plays out in the second half. But one team who performed very well in the first half was Essex. They're led by number 5, Quentin Veneta, knocked in 10 points, all on 2-point buckets, all of which have mostly been on the right block, or it's on the left block in a reversal. So he'll go from the left block, transition on over so he can be dominant with that right hand. Means if I'm guarding him, I'm not giving him the right side at all. Push him to the left. We haven't seen Griswold really push him to the left. I thought the defense was pretty good in the first half for Griswold, but he's kind of the only player I thought they kind of failed at just really stopping down low underneath the basket. Number 35, Tony Racine, just right behind Veneta with 8 points here tonight. Got another dominant force down low. He's one of those players who likes to find the lane, try to drive in, and make a move. And he's made quite a few moves so far here tonight. Number 25, Wade Scholas with 4 points. We've also got number 10, Caden Buick with 3 points. Number 4, Isaiah Scholas with 2. And Caden Peeler finishing things off and scoring with just 1 point here tonight. So we'll see how things play out in the second half of basketball action. We're going to take a quick break, so maybe you'll be able to hear me a little bit better. I'll be able to hear myself a little bit better. And we'll be back in just a few moments on 96.5 KSOM and streaming live on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishanet.
Are new gadgets in your household searching for better Wi-Fi coverage? Griswold Communications has you covered. No need to maintain a wireless router or Wi-Fi extender yourself when they will do it for a low monthly fee. They set it up, secure it, and maintain your wireless router. And Wi-Fi extenders can boost your signal in those hard-to-reach areas. Call Griswold Communications for more details. 712-778-2121.
Newman Body Shop in Lyman is your only stop for total auto body repair. Newman handles everything from glass replacement, paint and wheel alignment, to complete auto restoration. For information on all the services Newman Body Shop offers, give them a call at 712-778-4428 or stop by Newman Body Shop on Tucson Road in Lyman. Newman Body Shop is a proud supporter of Griswold Tiger Sports.
With things winding down for the year, it's time to stock up on genuine AGCO parts and service at Ziegler Ag Equipment. Get OEM, rigorously tested, genuine AGCO parts made with superior quality materials in stock whenever you need them. Don't delay. Get your machines serviced now and hit the ground running in 2024. Stop by your local Ziegler Ag Equipment today to learn more.
Are you ready to be part of something bigger? I'm Myron Stein, president of Stein Seed Company. We're seeking exceptional individuals like you to join our team as independent sales representatives. If you're passionate about agriculture, ready to make a difference, and want unlimited earning potential, join the Stein team as an ISR. To learn more about open positions near you, contact your local Stein RSA, Darren Petty, at area code 712-249-5884.
Your cravings of authentic Mexican food at El Rancho Grande in Atlantic.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com, you're listening to KSOM Sports.
And I welcome you back here to our KSOM halftime shows. The audience is applauding our halftime show. I'm just kidding. They're not applauding our KSOM halftime show. We had a great halftime performance here at Griswold High School. Nice job by a huge collective group of dance members here at Griswold High School. The pack stands here tonight. It's been great to be able to see pack stands here at Griswold High School with a lot of people here in the stands and a lot of players out on the floor. I mean, the games have been great overall here so far tonight. We're going to just stop talking about the outside stuff. Let's kind of get into the inside here of this game. One player who's really impressed me overall tonight has been Quentin Veneta. He's been beyond impressive here for Essex so far in this competition. He's had 10 points here tonight, averaged 6.7 points coming into this competition. And when you look at how he's played this, just in this game in its entirety, he's just dominated down low. He's taller than Hogan Hook, so it kind of pushes Hook to his limits. At the same time, he's been able to kind of get around things that other players, well, we haven't seen him be able to really do. And Hook is kind of a player that kind of transitions in. He likes playing more offensive momentum on the side. He's not much of a defensive player here for the Tigers down low. We saw that against Missouri Valley. We're seeing that a little bit here tonight. If his defensive presence picks up here in the second half, it'll stop Veneta. But so far, he's just been able to do everything he wants to down low at the post. Really, the only things that haven't gone in his favor are his missed shots. It's not even like they've been highly contested shots either. So some things just not offering up in his favor, but most of the time it's just been all him so far here for the Trojans tonight. And Tony Racine here for Essex has also been an impressive player because he finds lanes that I'm like, well, that's not even going to be open. And drives right through, finds an open gap. He's finding just about every little ticky-tack thing he can and making a big play out of it. So we'll kind of see how he does here throughout the second half tonight. And even Caden Buick, only 3 points here, but I think his defensive presence really has sparked here tonight. He's a player that I like to see on defense. He had a couple of steals here in this competition when he came in. Didn't start in this competition, really didn't see him until the second quarter of action, and then he just kind of went on a run at that point and on. And on the opposite side here for Griswold, I mean, Hogan Hook, as I mentioned, kind of a big offensive presence. I still want to see him more on the defensive end. Bodie Wyman just needs better ball control. He's coming down the floor. He's putting big stretches on the offensive end. And I like what he's doing with the basketball when he's seeing these open looks. But when he gets down low, he struggles. He kind of tries to finesse around a play. Doesn't really like to share that basketball as much when he tries to drive through the lane. And I think that's kind of a weakness of him so far here in this competition. But then you got to look to Zane Johnson. He's missed a couple of open looks, but at the same time, I think the junior has just played a good defensive performance, good offensive performance. He's keeping the momentum up here of this Tigers team. And honestly, I just like what he's doing here tonight. I like how he played against Missouri Valley. I like how he's playing here tonight. I like his intensity. I like his momentum. I like his kind of finesse, to say the least. And at the same time, he hasn't found yet here for Griswold, so we'll likely see him throughout the entirety of this competition. As the Tigers, if you're just joining us here, have 6 players in this competition tonight. 2 players with tight fouls, Braden Lockwood with 4 and Hogan Hook with 3. And Lockwood hasn't scored yet here tonight, so we'll likely see Calvin Turner kind of go in for Lockwood, see if we can get Lockwood later in this game. Or maybe we'll even see head coach Matthew Spinago kind of change things up. Maybe he'll just keep Lockwood in. If he fouls out, throws in Turner. See how it goes from that point on. So could be an interesting turn of events here in the second half, but we're going to take a quick break before we enter the second half. And we're going to break down some things when we come back just a little bit before the second half of this competition. So don't go anywhere. We'll stay right here on 96.5 KSOM.
What's it mean to be in good hands? It means you get an expert agent who's in it for the long haul. We'll get to know you and be there for you as your coverage needs change. I'm Craig Hummel at Hummel Insurance Services, and we work with Allstate Insurance. Let us help you choose the right amount of protection to meet your needs, and see for yourself what it means to be in good hands. Call Hummel Insurance Services at 800-482-6426 or stop in anytime.
When your home or business has been affected by water, fire, smoke, or mold, and you don't know what to do next, we do. From one room to multiple levels, we can do it all while working with you and your insurance company. Service Master by Rice is your local experts for residential and commercial restoration, offering emergency services 24/7, 365. To set up services, call 712-243-5373 with phones answered 24/7. Service Master by Rice serves all of Western Iowa.
Anita Supply Center is here for you. From the big jobs to the small tasks, we're here to help. Hi, this is Kim with a reminder of our hours, so when you need our help, we're here. Anita Supply Center is open Monday through Fridays, 7 to 5, and Saturdays, 8 to 5. We're here 6 days a week for all of your building, landscaping, how-to projects, repairs, and more. We offer free in-home measurements, free estimates, and can help put your ideas together. Anita Supply Center is open 6 days a week for all your home improvement and building needs.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
We welcome you back in here to Griswold High School as the boys game is currently ready to get back in action after halftime. Thank you for tuning into our KSOM halftime show where we were able to break down all the stats of the first half for you and get you kind of prepared for the second half and some improvements that I wanted to see along the way. So we'll see what these teams do coming into this second half as Griswold will be going from left to right, Essex from right to left throughout the remainder of this competition. As we're underway, the game clock still has not started here, still showing 8 minutes. Shot clock is going, game clock still not moving. 5 seconds in, still no game clock moving as this one's a takeaway, put up and in here for Essex. Nice job there by number 13, Johnny Raish, to put in a couple points. His first of the night. Game clock still also sitting at 8 minutes, and surprisingly, I'm seemed like the only one who noticed. Now the official finally notices. Should be at least 15 seconds taken off the game clock at this point. We'll see kind of what happens here. And typically, as an official, that's the main thing you look at is make sure that clock starts when you're running down the floor. Officials kind of missing that memento, maybe. So they're going to now all three talk things over, and only one of them seems to be advised of where the game clock should be. And now it's 72.5 seconds, so that's definitely not right. Maybe 72.5 seconds in. So we'll see kind of how things play out. You never know what's going to happen in a basketball game. Sometimes it could be thing on the court that happens. You can see at least players are kind of talking things over on the floor collectively. It's it's a cherishable game. You like to see players talk on the floor. You like to see officials try to work things out. And we've got a pretty good officiating crew here tonight, other than missing where the game clock should have started. They're just trying to look things over. But it says in ESPN, unfortunately, we don't have a review booth to kind of look at things and break things down over. Kind of figure things out, as we'll see the staff kind of collectively go around the table to fix it. As if you're watching on our live stream on Western Iowa Today TV, you can see how to use the scoreboard 101 here at Griswold High School. And Daktronic scoreboards are wonderful, to say the least, but when you mess up, to fix it, all right, we're at 7:25. We got the 0 in front, but I think we can handle just having a little bit of a 0 right there. So we knocked off 35 seconds as the Tigers will take over with the basketball. Hopefully this doesn't happen again. And, well, we made it 35 seconds with nobody noticing. Bodie Wyman in the near corner. That one's just short on the three-point attempt. Last touch by Essex as that one goes out of bounds. That was number 4, Isaiah Scholas, with now 7:20 left to go here in the third quarter of action. Inbound goes to Peyton Cook at the right wing. Tries looking inside, goes to Bodie Wyman. Swings it on over to Zane Johnson as he tries looking in the interior to Hogan Hook. Hook on out to Wyman. Puts up the pump fake. Now tries driving top of the key. Kicks out Johnson near wing. That just doesn't fall through for Johnson. I like the look, but you can see it was an off-balance shot. Kind of put that arm towards the outside. When you put that shooting arm to the outside, you got to go through. You got to go up. It's got to be all straight. You can't put it out. Put it out there and doesn't fall through. Isaiah Scholas with the rebound. Veneta with the put up and in. Nice job by Scholas. He got the rebound and just found Veneta and just went, all right, here you go. See what you can do with it. It'll put it at 32-23 on the Seat Pro scoreboard. A missed look once again. Hook with the rebound for Griswold. And the end one. Threw that one up there. And it fell through in the basket. Foul's going to be number 5, Quentin Veneta, his second and the team's first of the third quarter. Nice job there by Hogan Hook. Got the rebound, turned around, spun, just kind of had the finger roll throw up, and well, it worked in his favor. But what doesn't work in his favor is his free throw shooting, as he missed that one. Can't finish out the three-point play, but at least puts him in tighter contention, just down by 7. Mid-range jumper doesn't fall through. Pull back Isaiah Scholas is able to get the rebound, and a throw by Wyman as he goes right into Isaiah Scholas as he was going out of bounds. You can hear the Essex crowd just was unhappy with what Wyman did there, but, well, sometimes you just got to save the basketball, and goes into the hands of the Tigers. They're going to call a backcourt violation here. Miscommunication between Johnson On the play, a 30-second timeout taken here by Griswold. We'll take it with them. 32-25, the C-Pro scoreboard. Essex leads. We'll be right back in 30.
Make sure you're getting the best coverage for you at the most competitive rate. Hi, this is Nick Carnes with Brocker Carnes & Carnes. We are an independent insurance agency that offers coverage for your home, auto, life, farm, and everything in between. But mostly we are here to help. As an independent agency, we can shop around for the best rates and coverages from multiple companies. Stop by one of our offices or go to brockercarnes.com for a quote on your insurance. Let Brocker Carnes & Carnes help you get the best coverage at a competitive rate.
Western Cass County Center to change your future today.
And we welcome you right back in here to Griswold High School. 32-25 in the C-Pro scoreboard. Essex currently leads here in this competition. Lob on the inside, Isaiah Scholas. This one, a 15-foot jumper, doesn't fall through. Veneta tries to get the rebound and a foul call. Then another foul is going to happen after the initial foul call. It's going to be on number 23, Zane Johnson. Be his first. Team's first of the third quarter. 6:01 left to go. Essex inbound. Johnny Raish on the near baseline. Gets it in Veneta. Peeler swings it around to Racine. Now contained by Raish in the far corner. Raish rolls around. This one on the far block. Veneta getting the rebound. Tries with a putback of his own. That's no good. Wyman pulling in that board as he's going to cross the timeline with speed here for Griswold. Bounce pass on the near wing to Cook. Throws it on into Hook. Rips it on over to Wyman from downtown. Splash! Knocks that one down. That was one of those cannonball splashes. It wasn't the clean dive you like to see, but hey, falls on through. Three-pointer is a three-pointer. 32-28 on the C-Pro scoreboard. Peeler almost lost control of the basketball here for Essex. Last touch and goes out of bounds by Peyton Cook. Nice defensive pressure there by Cook. Got a hand in. As Essex will inbound the basketball on the near sideline. About midcourt is now it's contained in between the circles. Lob on over to Raish. This one from downtown is no good. Lockwood able to pull on that board as he hands it on over to Peyton Cook. Cook transitions on into, that's going to be a foul. Johnson tried driving in. Foul's going to be number 4, Isaiah Scholas, his second, and the team's second here the third quarter. We'll see another substitution here for Essex. Number 10, Caden Buick checking back in. Haven't seen him yet here in this third quarter. 5:04 still left to go. 4-point lead on the C-Pro scoreboard for Essex. Inbound goes to Wyman, now contained here by Peyton Cook. Looks to Lockwood, mid-range jumper from the high post. Johnson getting the rebound, jump stop, throws that one up there. That was almost like a lob shot. Just a high arcing shot that just barely touches rim there for Griswold. Wasn't much of a confident one at that. Racine deep three with the air ball. Wyman able to haul on that board. Top of the key, tries looking at Johnson. Almost not able to get that basketball, but kind of pulling in one hand as he's jumping in. Peyton Cook from downtown, top of the key. That one doesn't fall through. Essex almost gets a rebound and a nice save down low by Isaiah Scholas. Thought he stepped out of bounds at first, but well, basketball, I guess, doesn't lie. As Tony Racine just right after that steps out of bounds. As that one's not going to be contained here by the Tigers. A 4:23 left to work with in the third quarter. Wyman almost getting a bit of pressure there for a second, but contains his composure. Looks the hook, now to Wyman, to Johnson, back to Wyman at the left wing. Wyman scans, skips on over to Hook. Now top of the key contained by Cook. Johnson on the inside, and a foul's going to be called on the interior. Be on number 4, Isaiah Scholas. That's his third. Team's third here in the third quarter. As they'll check in number 25, Wade Scholas. Scholas for Scholas, so we'll see how that kind of plays out here for Essex. Johnson with the inbound to Wyman. Now at the right wing. Bounce pass in the interior to Hook. He's double team, triple team to say the least, and it's going to be 3-second violation. Man, Hook not able to get his composure down there. Really, if he just stayed on the block, he would have been just fine because he wouldn't have been in the lane, but gets in the lane anyway, gets a turnover, and Essex takes over. More than a deep three to say the least, as you could put someone right in front of him, and a rebound put back by Veneta as he draws a foul. He'll go to the line for a pair. Probably not the best look there by Caden Buick as he just kind of whipped up a three-point attempt. And sometimes it goes in your favor, other times it doesn't, and in that case, it did not. Veneta will go to the charity stripe here. Shooting 13 of 30 coming into the competition tonight. Has not made a free throw yet until that one. Now with 13 points on the night. 3:44 left to work with in the third. As Veneta takes his time. Throws this one up, and on the bank, it's up and in. 14 points currently for the senior. He's been continuously keeping the Trojans up in this game. 34-28 on the C-Pro scoreboard. Johnson in the far corner from downtown. Airball's out of attempt. Cook able to just haul in that basketball. He'll transition around the perimeter. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Wyman on the near wing. Throws down and over to Cook. Now to Johnson on the far side. Whip back to Cook. Hook at the top of the key. Wyman right wing. Johnson throws on back to Cook. Spins on over. This one from downtown. Splash! Knocks it down. Peyton Cook. 6 points on the night. All on threes. Essex trying to answer back with a three of their own by Racine as that one's just short. Veneta getting the rebound. Tries with the putback as he's going to get fouled once again. It's going to be at number 22, Hogan Hook. That's going to be his fourth foul here tonight. Third for the Tigers. As we'll see Veneta at the charity stripe once again. Like I mentioned in the halftime show, he's kind of the main player you got to watch out for. If you defend well against him, you're going to really defend well against this whole Essex team as he knocks in the first. 2:57 left to go. Still a 4-point game on the C-Pro scoreboard. 35-31. Veneta takes his time. This one splashes on in. 16 points for Veneta out of the 36 points here tonight. Foul is going to be at number 2, Kana Rabinetta. That'll be his fourth. And the team's fourth here in the third quarter. As Essex is going to make a substitution. Number 13, Johnny Raish checking in. We'll see number 23, Zane Johnson, take this ball inbounds for the Tigers. So at the near sidelines on the opposite side of the floor. Wyman spins, top of the key, looks on over to Cook. Inside to Hogan Hook on the high post, and a foul is going to be drawn. It's going to be number 5, Quentin Veneta. That'll be his third and the team's fifth. So really, the thing for Griswold here is if they can get Veneta to continue to foul, that's really where they're going to get some momentum back on their side because he's pretty much scoring every single play he goes down there. I mean, it's missed shot by Essex, rebound by Veneta, put back as Hook misses the first here at the charity stripe. He's got one more attempt at the line. Really, it's just the putbacks by Veneta have kept Essex on top here in this competition. Currently up by 5. And make that 4. Nice job there by Hook. 13 points for the junior tonight. Caden Buick. Pass on over to the far side of Racine. Back to Buick to Racine in the far corner. Lob pass inside, up and in for Wade Schullis. 6 points for him tonight. 2:30 left to go here in the third quarter. 38-32 on the C-Pro scoreboard. Essex still with the lead. Far corners, Peyton Cook. Looks on over to Hook. Now Johnson on the near side. Tries going down low and a touch away here by Veneta. Gets a takeaway. He's got almost an open lane. Up and just misses off the mark. Rebound, put back, up and in for Tony Racine. 2 minutes left to go. 8-point lead here now for Essex. Johnson tries driving in, and a foul is going to be called on Caden Buick. Be his second. Team already over 5. That'll be their 6th. We'll see Zane Johnson go to the line for repair. The minute 58 left to go. Johnson already knocking down 2 free throws here tonight. Make that 3. Think about just seeing this 5-foul thing. I'm just so used to seeing the 7, 8 fouls on the scoreboard, and just to see 5 and see a player go to the line for a pair as that one's knocked on through is, you know, it's almost like you're alienated from the game. Just kind of a difference, to say the least. I mean, I called women's basketball for a bit, and that was how it kind of worked. But when you see it in high school boys basketball action, it's a little bit different, to say the least. Mid-range jumper doesn't fall through in the short corner, and a rebound by Lockwood. Foul call down low by Essex. Looks like it's going to be on number 13, Johnny Raish. That'll be his first. Griswold to go back to the line once again, and Essex just kind of giving some free points here. Lockwood came into this competition tonight just shooting 50%, 2 of 4 from the line. If he continues to knock these things in here, put it just at a 4-point game. Knocks the first one in. His first points here tonight. Two players in a little bit of foul trouble are Lockwood and Hogan Hook for Griswold. They've only got one sub on the bench of Calden Turner. So they got to kind of really just play some clean defense here. Still just a minute 42 in the third quarter. Because the fourth quarter would be a bit different, but this is the third. Lockwood splits the pair. Tonight, 18 points as Veneta continues to be the dominant force on the hardwood. 42-35 on the C-Pro scoreboard. Griswold currently leads. Pass up top to Wyman, now to Johnson, back to Wyman. Floater on over to Peyton Cook. Top of the key. Dishes on over to Zane Johnson. Now to Hook. Almost intercepted there by Peyton Cook. Almost looked like it was going to Wyman. Now just 10 seconds on the shot clock. Johnson, mid-range jumper, 10 feet, falls on through. Nice job there by the junior to take away here for Wyman. He's got the open layup look up and in. Nice job for Buddy Wyman. Griswold, their defensive presence keeping them in it. They're just down by 3, 45 seconds left to go in the third on that C-Pro scoreboard. Dish on over, drive in, up and in for Tony Racine. Now with 12 points on the night. Shot clock is turned off, 30 seconds remain here. We'll see if Griswold just tries to drive out the time in this third quarter, but they're not going to. Lockwood's going to take a deep three. That just breaks out the back of the iron. And Essex now in control of the basketball. Caden Buick pitches it on in. This one a missed attempt. Another missed attempt there by Wade Schultz, and a foul is going to be called. Finally offers up an offensive foul. It's going to be number 5, Quentin Veneta. That's his 4th. So this could change things. I mean, we could see Quentin Veneta possibly foul out, and even if Griswold goes down with just no players on the bench here, could be an interesting factor as Hogan Hook goes to the line. Split the last time he's at the charity stripe as he misses his first. 0 Caden Peeler checks in to this competition. So many announcers say 0 differently. Some just say number 0, which it isn't. It's 0. Some also say you get twin zeros in the game, which who knows what that one's all about, but we're not going to go over every announcer as Hogan Hook splits the pair. 5 seconds remain. Top of the key. Peeler from downtown. That's just off the mark. Hook, last one to touch it. Actually, they're going to call it on Wade Scholas, the last one to touch it. Must have went through the gap of Hook. Just 0.4 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Johnson, deep lob pass. It's going to be taken over here by Essex, and a nice job there by Wade Scholas just to kind of hold things off to end the third quarter of action. 44-40, Griswold just down by 4 on the C-Pro scoreboard. We head to the fourth. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned on 96.5 KSOM and Western Iowa Today TV, powered by New.
At Outfitters Plus in Atlantic, you'll find all the latest in custom apparel and headwear. Head to Outfitters and work with the design pros to make your customized tees, team apparel, and personalized swag for your business a reality. Whether it's fan apparel for your high school or youth sports teams, your business, or you just want to make something your own, you'll have everyone saying, "Where'd you get that?" Don't forget, Outfitters will also add your group store online to make ordering a breeze. Get personalized at Outfitters Plus Outlet Store in Atlantic. Stop by today.
Running in 2024. Stop by your local Ziegler Ag Equipment today to learn more.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
Reminding that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Iowa Western Community College in Atlantic. BU at Iowa Western. I'm Zach Counts as we enter the fourth quarter of play, 44-40 on that Seed Pro scoreboard as Essex still currently leads over Griswold in this competition. Missed attempt from the 10-foot jumper there by Essex as it's a rebound pulled in by Peyton Cook. Touch away here by Essex, Johnny Raish, as that one does go out of bounds. 7:43 left to go here in this competition in the fourth quarter. Pulled on around, Griswold with a turnover here. I'd like to thank Athletic Director Troy Nicholas for giving us some ice cream here. I'll give it on over to Bill for a second there. We really appreciate the hospitality here at Griswold as it's a turnover there by Essex. 7:34 left to go here in the fourth quarter. That'll for sure feel great on the throat after the competition with a doubleheader here tonight. 7:25 left to go. Wyman from downtown. That's no good. It's going to be rolled around and goes out of bounds. Thought Wyman actually had a pretty good look for a second there. I actually liked the three-point attempt. Doesn't fall through in his favor. Inbound goes over to Hook. Kicks it on to Peyton Cook, top of the key. Now Wyman at the right wing. Johnson throws into Hook. This one doesn't fall through on the jumper on the right block. But at the same time, like the look by Peyton Cook as Essex takes over here. Isaiah Scholas, kick out Caden Peeler. Whips that on over to Johnny Raish. Raish inside to Scholas. Wade Scholas lost the basketball. It's going to be a lane violation call on Essex. I've only seen 2 of those here tonight. Didn't see actually any in the girls' game. And both of them coming in the second half of action in the boys' game. Inside pass to Zane Johnson, kick out, and that one's a miss attempt. Wyman able to get the rebound, put back up and in as he tries the reversal. What a shot it was. As Essex is going to take a 30-second timeout as they're up by 2 here in this competition. We'll stick with you right here as it's 44-42 on that Seed Pro scoreboard. Just got to break down some of what's happened here in this game because Quentin Vanetta, he's got 4 fouls. He's in a little bit of foul trouble. Cannon Ravenetta, he's also got 4 fouls here for Essex. Another player in foul trouble is Isaiah Schultz, as he's got 3 here for the Trojans. Now on the opposite end, Braden Lockwood, 4 fouls here for the Tigers. Hogan Hook, also 4 fouls here for the Tigers. So one of them's have to really go foul-less. The other one could at least offer up 1 foul here in this competition. But man, it's going to be tough here. 6 minutes, 40 seconds left to go. Could be a difference in how this game plays out. Still currently a 2-point lead for Essex on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Racine drives. This one's high off the glass and just a bit strong. Johnson able to get the rebound to call it a jump ball. Down low, head coach Matt Spinagle just kind of doing a little bit of a jump ball motion. Was kind of hoping he'd get a foul drawn. But regardless, Griswold has the basketball back in their own hands. Johnson to the left wing goes to Hook as he tried to look to the right wing, and no one was there to be able to grab that basketball for Griswold. Just a miscommunication here by the Tigers. 6:15 left to go. Low pass goes to Raish. He's able to pick it up. Now rolls on around. Number 35, Racine, contains, goes to Peeler. Pitch on out to Raish. Back to Racine. Excuse me, that's Peeler top of the key. That one's just off the mark. Vanetta with the rebound. Puts that one up, and he's going to get called for the travel. He thought he had the jump stop, but he just moved that 1 foot a little bit too much. Grazed the hardwood, and, well, gets called for the travel. He's not happy with it, but he'll stay in the game. At least he doesn't get a foul called. Peyton Cook goes cross-court to Wyman. Pump fake. Looks at Johnson down low. Johnson tries to take up a shot and draws a foul. He'll go to the line for a pair. You can hear this Griswold team these Griswold fans are really into it here as it's going to be number 5, Quinn Vanetta. He fouls out here of this game tonight. You can tell he's not happy with fouling out here tonight. When the official's kind of looking over to make sure he's going on over to the sidelines. He is. Zane Johnson will go to the charity stripe to shoot 2. Vanetta will finish this competition with 18 points here tonight for Essex as Johnson makes the first at the charity stripe. If you can hear that, Zane Johnson not happy with the foul call, but regardless, we continue here in action. Racine gets the rebound after the missed free throw attempt there by Johnson and threw up a shot. Not a good look at all, to say the least, for Essex as Griswold's going to get the take over here. Peyton Cook throws high to Hogan Hook. Looks on out to Wyman at the left wing. Goes top of the key to Cook. Back to Wyman. Bounce pass guns over to Lockwood. Now to Hook. Kick on out Johnson. Three-point attempt for Cook at the top of the key is no good. Basketball rolls around for a second. Isaiah Scholus is able to haul on the board. Caden Peeler has an open lane. Tries driving into it. That just rolls around the iron. No good. Thought that was going to fall through, and I like the lane drive in. Just didn't fall through. Got the unlucky roll around. Essex almost with the turnover. However, stepping out of bounds is number 2, Kaden Rabanetta. Had a touch on it. Was able to grab it in, but just touches out of bounds. 5 minutes left to go. Big sequence of events have happened here in the last few moments. Inbound is going to be here for Zane Johnson. Kicks into Peyton Cook in the near corner. Splash! Peyton Cook! 9 points here tonight. All on three-pointers. Touch away. It's going to be last touch by the Tigers. Essex trying to make that pass to make something out of it. With 4:48 left to go. Trojans will inbound on the near baseline, almost in the corner here for Johnny Raish. Goes inbound to Racine. Throws on out to Peeler, back to Racine. This one's a three-point attempt as that one's just on the back of the iron. And it's going to be a foul call on number 4, Isaiah Scholus. Or maybe it's actually going to be on the Tigers. It's going to be number 22, Hogan Hook. They're going to call him behind the back. Thought it could have really gone either way. Thought it mostly it would have been Hook. He fouls out here tonight with 14 points. So now Griswold's just down to 5. That's when it really comes down to the wire here. 4:41 left to go. Essex making a substitution as number 10, Keaton Buick, checks into the game. Ken Rabanetta trying with a mid-range jumper. That doesn't fall through from just about 8 feet. Throw-up shot attempt goes out of bounds. Essex just has to be strong with the basketball just a little bit. As looks like the officials are going to be kind of talking things over here. There's a little bit of a disgruntled fan, to say the least, as they're going to be throwing someone out here, which leaves good time for station identification. You're listening to 96.5 KSOM.
Playing your kind of country. 96.5 KSOM, Audubon, Atlantic, Red Oak, Harlan.
And we're seeing a fan leave the stands here, as he'll be out of this competition here tonight. Officials finally getting a little bit tired of the actions by the unruly fan, as Athletic Director Troy Nicholas is going to walk him out the door. So, second time this season already in basketball we've seen a fan get thrown out. Saw one at AHSCW, now one here at Griswold. So, never know what you're going to get. Inbound look, and that one's no good by Isaiah Scholus, but puts out the shot and one for Scholus. He'll go to the line to finish off a three-point play. Number 23, Zane Johnson, being called for the foul. His second, team second. As Griswold will take a 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them. Tie game, 46 on the C-Pro scoreboard. See back here in just 30 seconds.
The Cass Health.
When you walk your fields this spring, will each plant have emerged consistently? Ensure consistent emergence of every plant by managing residue, firming seed, and controlling downforce with precision planting upgrades for your planter, so that every seed gives you return on investment and isn't left to chance. Transform your planter with Riggs Ag in Lewis and get the best stand you ever had. Call Jim Riggs at 712-254-2408 today.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
We're back here in action as the three-point play is finished by number 4, Isaiah Scholus. Got fouled as he had the and one opportunity before the break. I'm Zach Collins as we're here live at Griswold High School for some boys basketball action. Essex takes back the lead on the C-Pro scoreboard, 47-46. Now they get a takeaway here from the Tigers. Driving down, losing the basketball for a second, pulling in now is Peyton Cook. Whips this one down to Wyman. Wyman on the left wing, looks on the interior to Lockwood, just whips this one off. That one doesn't fall on the glass in favor of him. Turner, this one, a mid-range shot, falls through from the high post. Fans are going crazy here at Griswold as he's got them back to a 1-point lead on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Drive on in by Peeler, offers up and a foul. It's going to be number 25, Calden Turner. That'll be his first, team third. See Caden Peeler now at the charity stripe for Essex. Peeler so far just 1 point here tonight on a free throw. Split the pair when he went up at the first time in the first half. Misses that attempt. As we'll see number 35, Tony Racine. It's Hobie going in for the shooter. Looked for a second like he was going to check in. 3:44 left to go. Peeler with a chance to tie things up here in the third, and he does. 2 points for him here tonight. 48 all on the Seed Pro scoreboard here in the fourth quarter. As number 23, Zane Johnson inbounds, and Wyman will take it down the floor here for the Tigers as he crosses the timeline. Throws on the far side to Peyton Cook. Looks in the far corner to Turner. Now to Cook on the left wing. Looks at Johnson back here. Now this one up and in by Lockwood. The bank is open, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe not your local bank. Check your local listings, but the bank here tonight in Griswold is. Mid-range jumper is no good. Rebound hauled in by Peyton Cook. 3:15 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Cook, kick out Turner. Now Lockwood to the mid-range corner. Turner in the far corner, misses that shot attempt. Johnson with the rebound, throws up another shot. That's no good, top of the key from downtown. And a foul is going to be called. It'll be on number 3, Peyton Cook of the Tigers. His second, team's fourth. As number 2, Keaton Ramonetta will check in here for Essex. 3 minutes, 1 second left to go here in the fourth quarter of action. And boy, have we got a game for you here. 50-48 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Tigers up by 2. Buick from downtown. That one's way off the mark. Rebound put back by Racine. Air balls, and the Tigers able to haul this one back in here with Peyton Cook. Throws on over to Wyman on the far side. Looks at Cook in between the circles. Kick back to Wyman. Transitions on over to Turner. Lobs on over to Wyman. Top of the key now contained by Cook. Lob back on over to Wyman on the left wing. 2:30 left to work with. 15 on the shot clock. Inside look here to Johnson and a takeaway here for Essex. Nice job by Isaiah Scholas to get a hand in there and just haul that one in. Ramonetta looks on the far side. Race from downtown off the back of the iron. Rebound by Wyman. Tigers back with the basketball. Under 2:10 left to go here in the third quarter. So 2-point lead, 50-48 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Lob pass, turnover as Ramonetta is able to get that basketball. Driving down low is Race, loses control of the ball as it goes just out of bounds. Race was kind of looking for a foul there. As you can see, he goes over to the Trojans bench. Under 2 minutes left to go. A little bit of pressure offered up here for Wyman. Goes on over to Turner. Back to Wyman. Front court left side. Looks on over to Lockwood. He loses control of the basketball. Just wasn't able to catch that one. Race tries driving down low. Misses the attempt as it rolls off the iron. Rebound. Put back. Also a missed attempt. And finally Wyman able to haul that one in. Last touch by Essex and finally goes out of bounds. Oh boy, Griswold's got to be careful here. Timeout is going to be taken by Essex. It'll be a full timeout. 50-48 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Griswold leads. We'll see you back here in just 30 seconds on 96.5 KSOM and streaming live on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishtanet.
When you walk your fields this spring, will each plant have emerged consistently? Ensure consistent emergence of every plant by managing residue, firming seed, and controlling downforce with precision planting upgrades for your planter so that every seed gives you return on investment and isn't left to chance. Transform your planter with Riggs Ag in Lewis and get the best stand you ever had. Call Jim Riggs at 712-254-2408 today.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And we welcome you back here to Griswold High School. What a game we've got for you here. 50-48 Griswold currently up top Essex in this competition on the Seed Pro scoreboard. I'm Zach Collins. Minute 31 left to go here in the fourth quarter. And it's been a game in its entirety. It's been one that you definitely want to tune in here tonight. Don't turn that dial. Don't go anywhere. As Griswold back with the basketball in their hands. Under a minute 30 left to go. Kick to Wyman. Crosses the timeline. Stands front court right side. Kick on over to Turner. Turner gets double teamed. Tries passing up top of the key, and a turnover here. Intercepted by Raish. Looks on over to Racine. Drives it up and in. They're going to call no shot travel on the floor before the shot was off. Wow. And a change of events. Something we thought was going to be an and one. Well, nope. Rather, travel before. Minute 5 left to go. So 50-48 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Lockwood tries looking to turn it on the inside. That one's going to be touched out of bounds last by Robinetta. If you're Griswold here, definitely a good time to take a timeout as head coach Matthew Spinago takes one here with 59.1 seconds left to go. We'll just take a quick one with them. We'll see you back here. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe we wanted to be a technical foul call on number 35, Tony Racine, before we go into our timeout here. Regardless, we'll take a break. We'll see you back here in just a few moments.
Are new gadgets in your household searching for better Wi-Fi coverage? Griswold Communications has you covered. No need to maintain a wireless router or Wi-Fi extender yourself when they will do it for a low monthly fee. They set it up, secure it, and maintain your wireless router. And Wi-Fi extenders can boost your signal in those hard-to-reach areas. Call Griswold Communications for more details. 712-778-2121.
Live on KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
We welcome you back in here to Griswold High School for this competition tonight. It's a 50-48 lead on the Seed Pro scoreboard. 59.1 seconds left to go here. Before the break, we kind of stopped a little bit, but Tony Racine probably just muttering something under his breath. Gets a technical foul called, and Griswold will go to the line here with Peyton Cook. Knocks in the first at the charity stripe. That's a pretty good thing here if you're Griswold. If you make this one, it's a two-possession game. Knocks in the second. Now 52-48 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. And Tony Racine maybe thinking that, well, maybe I should have kept a little bit quieter under my breath. Under a minute left to go. Griswold with the inbound. Gets it to Peyton Cook. Looks on over to Calvin Turner. Swings on over far side to Johnson. Now back to Wyman. Wyman to the front court, left side, goes over to the right side. Back to Wyman once again, to Johnson. Lobs it on back to Wyman. Transitions over across the perimeter. Almost gets double teamed. Lockwood kicks it to Cook. This one from downtown. Splash! Knocks it down! Peyton Cook for three! 55-48 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Shot clock turned off. 25 seconds left. Wyman almost getting the steal, and a foul is going to be called on Essex. Fans are going wild in the stands. Caden Peeler called for the foul, his second, team's third, with 23.2 seconds left to go. Shot clock still turned off here. Griswold just needs to play keep away. Wyman looks, now he gets fouled before he gets that pass on over to Johnson. It's going to be a Caden Robinetta. That'll be his fifth foul. He'll foul out here tonight. Scored no points here for Essex tonight. As we'll see number 13, Johnny Raish, check back into the competition with two. 23.2 seconds left. Griswold the inbound on the far sideline. As the officials are going to talk some things over. Kind of put a little bit of a pause in the momentum of this game. It's interesting to see both teams kind of come over to the sidelines. See what the officials are going to discuss here as both coaches are going to kind of keep their players on the floor. Essex kind of being thrown back out in there on the hardwood. I believe what they're kind of discussing here is that Essex should have 5 fouls. Just kind of seeing how that's going to work out, but it looks like they're going to stick with 4, so maybe a little bit of discussion ends up in a bit of an answer, and now 5 fouls. So either way, we kind of expected it to happen, but I guess if the inbound pass was a turnover, it could have been a little bit of a change of events, to say the least, as Peeler's going to be called for his 3rd. Trojans now with 5 fouls. We'll see Wyman head, to the charity stripe here. First one rolls out. Shooting 64.7% from the charity stripe coming into this game tonight. 19.3 seconds left to go. Wyman for the second. That one doesn't fall through either. Doesn't make any at the charity stripe. Racine with a kick on over to Raish. This one, a mid-range jumper in the short corner. Rebound by Wyman. Makes up for the missed free throw, and he gets fouled again with 8.8 seconds left. And if he just makes even just one, it's still a game that looks like the Tigers are going to close out here tonight. But I'm not going to jinx anything yet. I've seen crazier. You never know what happens in the game of basketball. Wyman knocks in the first. 56-48 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. And at this point, I don't think I've seen anything with 8.8 seconds left and an 8-point deficit. As he knocks in the second, that looks like it's going to close out the game here, as Essex is just going to try to throw up a deep 3 by Buick. That one bricks out the back of the iron. Ball goes out of bounds with 0.7 seconds left to go. 57-48 is going to be your final score. The Griswold Tigers win big here tonight. They were down in every single quarter at the end of it. They're the winners in this competition. 57-48, your final score here tonight at Griswold High School. And we're going to break things down, but not before we take a quick break to tally up some more of our statistics here tonight and get you out of here on 96.5 KSOM and Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nissan. We'll see you back here in just a few moments.
If authentic Mexican food is what you're craving, then come on into Rancho Grande in Atlantic. We're more than just tacos and margaritas, but we do make the best of both. We have appetizers, beef, chicken, seafood dishes, and desserts. Mixed drinks, wine, imported and domestic beers are on the menu too. Dine in or relax on the patio with family, friends, date night, or a quick stop before or after the game. Open 7 days a week. You'll be able to fill in your cravings of authentic Mexican food at Rancho Grande in Atlantic.
Thinking about what you want to do in retirement can be fun, and planning for it doesn't have to be difficult. According to Money Guide Incorporated, only 3 out of 10 Americans have a financial plan, and 1/3 report they have no retirement savings. Financial planning is not just all about assets, investments, and net worth. It's about identifying your financial goals. Hi, I'm Erin Friend, a certified financial planner and registered investment advisor. We help you create a customized financial plan based on your expectations, financial situation, and goals. Please contact Mark Smith or me at 243-2466.
Member SIPC.
On KSOM 96.5 and streaming live on westerniowatoday.com. You're listening to KSOM Sports.
And what a way to end the game here tonight, as the Griswold Tigers are victorious over the Essex Trojans, 57-48 in boys basketball action. Your final score here, as Griswold will move up to 5-7 on the season. They'll be 500, 3-3 in the corner conference. Essex will fall to 3-9. They'll be 2-5 in the corner conference. We'll break down some of the stats here for Essex starting off. Quentin Vanetta fouled out here in this competition tonight. 18 points on the night for him. Had an impressive one and probably would have reached over 20 points here in this competition. Tony Racine with 12 points here for Essex. Sitting right behind those two was Wade Scholas. He had 6 with 5 points here was Isaiah Scholas. 2 was Caden Peeler. Knocking in 3 was Caden Buick. And Johnny Raish finishing things off with 2 points here tonight. On the opposite end here for the Griswold Tigers, they were led in scoring by 3 different players. Bodie Wyman knocked in 14 points here tonight. Payne Cook with 14 points here tonight. And even Hogan Hook, 14 points here tonight. And to speak of, Payne Cook just 3 points in the first half, knocked in 11 points in the second half alone. An impressive performance, to say the least, by him. Looking down the line, Zane Johnson also offering up 10 points here tonight, 5 in the first half, 5 in the second half, and 2 players finishing off scoring. Braden Lockwood with 2, and Calvin Turner also with 2. Griswold only had 6 players here tonight that played in the entirety of the competition. That's because they only had 6 players here tonight in this game. Kind of got lucky that we didn't see on the opposite end Braden Lockwood foul out because he had 4 fouls going into the second half. Never got a foul in the entire second half. So kind of impressive defense, to say the least, there by the sophomore. Was able to hold things to his own. As we have to choose our player of the game here tonight, which is brought to you by Service Master by Rice in Atlantic. Serving Southwest Iowa with comprehensive restoration services for your home or business with great rates without the wait. We're not going to wait at all here, as Bodie Wyman is actually going to be my player of the game here tonight. I thought that not only did he keep Griswold in this competition offensively, he played a very good defensive game, knocked down 14 points on the night, had 9 second half points, 5 points in the first half. I thought that it was just impressive, to say the least. I like the way he played. I like his enthusiasm. I like his leadership on the floor. He is our player of the game here tonight, as Griswold wins big in this competition. 57-48, your final score in boys basketball action. And in girls, Griswold also winning 36-32. So for Griswold fans here tonight, I bet you're very pleased to hear about your Tigers and performing well in this and their competitions. We hope that you tune into KSOM next week on Tuesday, January 9th, as the Audubon boys basketball team will take on Missouri Valley with myself, Zach Collins, and hopefully Austin West feels better, so I'd like to join alongside him next week on the call with a pregame show starting around 6:50 p.m. with the opening tip-off around 7:15. We'd like to give a quick shout-out and thanks to our sponsors who made tonight's broadcast possible, including the Seed Pros, Brocker Carnes & Carnes, Cass Health, Riggs Ag Services, Anita Supply Center, Hummel Insurance, Rancho Grande, 2nd Street Auto, Stein Seed, Principal Financial Group, Ziegler, Iowa Western Community College, Outfitters Plus Outlet Store, Service Master by Rice, Griswold Communications, and Newman Body Shop. This broadcast has been an exclusive presentation of Merit Communications. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of Merit Communications is prohibited. The General Manager of Merit Communications is sitting right next to me, Bill Saluk. And the sports director of KSOM is myself, Zach Collins. I'd also like to thank Mr. Bill Saluk for coming out to Griswold tonight to step in for Austin West. It is more than appreciated, and I really appreciate him taking his Friday night to be here. But he got some good basketball out of it and some ice cream, so can't say the least out of that here tonight. Once again, your final score here from Griswold. The Tigers girls basketball team winning 36-32. The boys 57-48 on that Seed Pro scoreboard. I'm Zach Collins. Thank you for listening to another presentation of KSOM Sports on 96.5 KSOM and video live streaming on Western Iowa Today TV, powered by Nishanet. Enjoy your Friday night, as we'll see you right back here on Tuesday as we say good night from Griswold.
That was another presentation of KSOM Sports on 96.5 FM. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of Meredith Communications is prohibited. KSOM Sports thanks you for listening to this broadcast, as we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming on 96.5 KSOM.